Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
Amon Holmes.
Do you like Red fan? Do you like Amon Holmes? Do you like Amon Holmes? Like, I used to like him when I was younger because he seemed like a nice man on the telly who was just doing the presenting on the telly. But as I've got older, I found him increasingly more cheesy and creepy. He's a prick. There, yeah, see, I don't like him. I don't like him either. I find him to be like sinister. I think he might have got a bit big for his boots. I think he thinks he's like Trevor McDonald or someone, but I think he's a bit more like Philip Schofield. Big up Amon Holmes. Big up. Like the fake smile and the whole like soft patter, like the softly manner. And now he's into politics or shit, isn't he? Didn't he go off light entertainment and into the deep end of being like right wing or something? He used to present like morning, like Welcome to the Morning. As far as I remember, it was like, you know, on the telly. I don't even know the names of the shows because I don't get up in the morning. Like Good Morning or like Happy Morning or we used to have TV-AM when I was a kid. TV-AM. It's the equivalent of TV-AM. Morning telly. You know, welcome to the... Are you off to work today? Yes. Well, you can watch me on the telly for a little bit before you go to work. That sort of thing. And then when you go to work, he's still on the telly for like 2 more hours just fucking about. For people who don't go to work. The morning telly. And like, there's nothing really of any consequence on it. It's very soft. It's not like the shouting loud. Like we used to listen to the radio, like Steve Wright in the morning. Hey Eddie. You know, it's very soft, this stuff with Amon Holmes. It was, you know, here's someone that's got a badger that they've tamed, and this man collects umbrellas. Welcome to the Ealing flamenco dance, ladies swimming synchronized, you know, stuff. Bit of chit chat and nonsense. They talk about the stuff of the day, you know, some of the news stories, but not heavy. Maybe someone would bring a child in that's got like a talent, that sort of stuff. Big ups, Amon Holmes. Big ups. And then more recently, from what I remember, I don't know exactly, but more recently in 2023, hey, look, there's a picture of him in... This can't be right. Oh my God. Oh my God. So this says Amon Holmes to marry Coronation Street icon Charlie Lawson after battling health issues. Amon Holmes to marry Coronation Street icon Charlie Lawson after battling health issues. So Amon Holmes and Charlie Lawson. This says Amon Holmes to marry, right? That's what it says. To marry. You've seen it. I'm not lying. Yeah. I'm not making it up. Amon Holmes to marry Coronation Street icon Charlie Lawson after battling health issues. Amon Holmes has revealed he's conducting the wedding ceremony. He's conducting the wedding ceremony. He's doing the wedding ceremony for Charlie. He's doing the wedding ceremony. He's not marrying him. They're not getting married. You thought that they were getting married. I thought it too. That's the dude. Yeah, Charlie Lawson went on Luke's show, didn't he? So maybe Luke's one step closer to Amon Holmes now. Charlie Lawson went on Luke's show because apparently they've got a... How does he know Charlie Lawson? I've forgotten. I think he's got a friend in common that was like a friend of a friend, he said, or something. I can't remember now. I'll have to... He did it on his... didn't he? He did it on his... We'll watch it and we'll find out, I guess. Because he did it on his episode, How I Met My Guests. But Charlie Lawson's been on Great Britain News with Amon Holmes. They're the racists. Like, Amon Holmes has now decided to jump ship from the mainstream and jump onto the toxic GB News conservative propaganda channel And they're big friends together now, apparently. Like, to be honest, like, I didn't know when they're doing this about big up Amon Holmes.
Did an interview with Amon.
Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
I can't remember what interview I did. Amon Holmes did an interview with Amon.
I can't remember what interview I did. Oh, Amon Holmes did an interview, like little throwaway thing. But he was the registrar at your marriage. You can't remember when you do interviews with him. Are you that pickled? This is weird, isn't it? The way he's described it. They're big friends. They're big friends. Look. Big interview, Charlie Lawson. Wait. Charlie Lawson's doing stuff on GB News, look. Amon's getting him work. It's so fucking creepy and shit. This is a year ago. Charlie Lawson joins Amon Holmes and Isabel Webster to discuss Corrie and Manchester life. This is a year ago. Actor Charlie Lawson. More and more conservatives are going to wash their hands of us. Charlie Lawson rails against damage done to young people in the military by asshole Tony Blair. The people are scared. Charlie Lawson on Quran damaged hate incident. This is on Dan Wootton. Dan Wootton!
Corrie has been accused of losing millions of viewers, hasn't it, because of this obsession with woke storylines. And Charlie, I believe that you have heard that they're now going woke behind the scenes too.
Well, I as you know, Dan, have been doing the autobiography, so I've been talking to a few people over the last few months about old stories and old things I was involved in, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, out of the blue, I was approached by someone who we shall call a freelance writer. And we were chatting away, and I was telling him about the green room where the actors sit in between scenes during the 90s, and I'll come to that in a minute. But he said to me, he was
much more talkative, and his face was less red a year ago.
Was I aware that the staff and the cast had been...
The staff and the cast? So they're going like full anti-woke on Great Britain News with Charlie Lawson, and then Luke had him on his show and didn't talk any politics. Like, if you book this man for an interview, he's an outspoken right-wing political commentator. So why didn't you talk any politics? Oh, he's quite red-faced here, look.
My fear is in all this that, well, you're not meant to call women or girls or ladies actresses anymore, which I found completely stupid in the first place. But anyway, you know, now we can't have best male actor and best male female actor. I think what we're gradually and slowly doing is denigrating women and indeed men. I just feel there is absolutely no reason for this. Well, the only reason is that we're following America or whatever, I presume, because I really don't get it. I think it's incredibly silly. I just don't understand it, Dan. You've interviewed many actresses and many actors over the years, and I have yet to find in my research since this morning when Lucy phoned me, I have phoned...
In my research since this morning when Lucy phoned me and said, have you got an opinion on this? He's like, yeah, I fucking have. Get me on. I'll do some research.
Various people, and I've yet to find one who agrees with this. Most of them...
I phoned people and they don't agree. So, I mean, your friends that you phoned didn't agree. Well, that's because you're on the phone going, what do you think about this fucking gender neutral fucking... I don't fucking like it. What's your fucking take on it?
Because they're too scared.
They're scared. They're scared of you, you fucking nutter. Look. Dan Wootton. Look, Dan Wootton's got the wonky eye. He's got the wonky eye. It must be a signal. Must be a signal. And Luke, I can't understand. I didn't realise this. This is a year ago. This was so. Like Luke has been on the trail. Like oh my god. Like Luke's made a real swivel, hasn't he? Like he's made a real pivot because. Hang on. When did he have? He was doing stuff with this guy like months ago, wasn't he? Like, let's go back to a year ago. Andrew Tate is saving a generation. That's still up. He's done a better thumbnail for it. Changed the... What? He's left that up. Obviously, he did the Sam Smith one around about this time as well, didn't he? Where's... That guy's not... There's Jim McDonald interview a year ago. Let's check this. When's the date for this? This was published February 2023, and this was April 2022. So he's on GB News giving it all this, and Luke's ended up getting in with him and doing an interview. So I need to watch this. I thought this chat with Charlie Lawson was going to be just about Coronation Street, yeah? Because, like, who the fuck is Charlie Lawson? Like, why do I care? I didn't know he was on GB News talking shit. Yeah? But Luke did, and he's got him on, and he's done all that other shit, right? So Luke was making a channel. He did Ronnie Barker, and he did the Darts Man, and he did this and that. But Luke was making a channel, and his angle was hard right GB News politics, yeah? Like, he did a few of them. He's obviously glommed onto this guy, Jim McDonald, not just because of Corrie. Obviously, Corrie's a big part of it. That's why he's famous, but, or, you know, infamous. But he got the political thing. He then did Andrew Tate. He also did anti-Sam Smith, anti-woke. And all that before Peter Faulding. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you think Peter Faulding doesn't like gay people? Do you think Peter Faulding doesn't like, you know, like, Peter Faulding might be a nationalist for all I know. He might be in the National Front. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what his politics are behind the scenes. Like, but he's really happy to ally himself with someone that outwardly does the whole Charlie Lawson thing on his channel. Like, literally having him on. And Peter Faulding's been on GB News, hasn't he? I mean, Peter Faulding's 1,000,000% been on GB News. Loads of times.
But forensic search and rescue specialist Peter Faulding, who selflessly
Peter Faulding
joined the underwater search for the 40...
You're not doing fucking... He's not David Walliams, is he, this guy, doing Little Britain? Peter Faulding.
25-year-old says he's been made a scapegoat for the force's failings.
Scapegoat?
And former Met Police Senior Detective Simon Harding says the blame lies firmly with
Dan
the
Wootton.
police, who he believes have
Dan
let down
Wootton.
Nicola's family with a string of mistakes and unanswered questions during the case. I'm delighted to be joined by both Peter and Simon now. So, Peter, let me start with you.
Right, because like, if you ask me, can you come on to Great Britain News and do a statement, I'd say no, because you're a fucking propaganda arm of the Conservative Party, and I don't want no part in your bollocks. I'd say no. But Peter Faulding, he's on there, isn't he? He's right on there. And, like, obviously everyone else that goes on there, like Mark Dolan is a great example. I used to think he was a reasonable voice. He was a comedian, you know, witty sort of comedian. Obviously now I think he's a cock because he's on Great Britain News, being a cock all the time, like heavily politicising his material.
NHS waiting list of almost 8 million people, an angrier, more divided society, an epidemic of worklessness, and a generation of damaged kids. And what for? What for?
Like, it's all political, and it looks always going on at the government, so he can't be a Tory, can he? No, it's just they want a different version of the Tories. They want a more hardline Tory, thanks. Like, they want to keep, like, pretending that they're having a debate when in actual fact it's just the changing of the guard. Like, so I'm not watching his nonsense. Like, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, anyone that goes on there is a cock because they're on there talking to the cocks as part of cock TV. Yeah. No, it's just interesting to me that I know this in the back of my mind, but thinking about it in terms of Peter Faulding now, all of a sudden, like Peter Faulding presents to us as this man stood by the river looking for Nicola Bulley. Yeah, but obviously we know his politics. Like I've said before, he's a private company. He wants to be doing a public service. But then you think about it on top of that, like, you know, all this other stuff that goes with this. Like, you know, is Peter Faulding a racist is a question I've got. He went looking for that little boy, and that little boy was black, so no, he didn't manage to find him. Mind you. Oh, I could make a bad racist joke there. Should I make the bad racist joke? Do you want to hear me say it? So that Eddie can clip it? This is what the racists would say. I'm not going to say it, because I'm not a racist. But I was thinking in my mind the Peter Faulding character would say it. You know, I can hear it reflected back to me when I say things by racists. So the racist joke is, I say, Peter, why didn't you find him down there? And Peter Faulding says, well, it was dark, wasn't it? You know, and something like that. Racist. But he could be, couldn't he? Like, he could legit be just like politically, socially, like anti-Sam Smith. When I keep saying racist all the time because they would say, oh, I'm not racist, I'm just a fascist. But like all this stuff that Luke was doing and getting into bed with this guy, Jim McDonald, who has blatantly got like, you know, fucking problems. It's bad, isn't it? It like totally points that way. Anti-woke. Tradition, which we call it traditionalist, and that includes. I mean, how far does it go? Women in the kitchen, gays strung up. Like, how far does it go? You all said no, but I said the joke. I mean, that's what Peter Faulding people would say. I hear it in the racist mouths. Like, I'm not going to make the joke. Like I said, I didn't. You obviously know that I didn't make the joke. Like, if I'd have wanted to make the joke, I'd have gone like, oh, and then da 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 ha, and then made it into a joke. I didn't make a joke, but I've heard it said. So, like, you know, people say things like, oh, if he smiled, you'd be able to see him because of his teeth in the dark or something. Like the black people, you can see them in the dark if they smile. You know, things like that. That's the sort of angle of the joke people would have about not being able to find that boy if they're racists. It's made. I don't know. Yeah. This anyway is kind of weird and bizarre to me in a way, but I hadn't like thought so deeply about it. But like, people wonder about the Masons and stuff, yeah? But I think it's probably less likely to be Masons and more likely to be, like, horrible people altogether. And, like, I think if you're prepared to be horrible on one level, you're prepared to be horrible on lots of other levels. You know? I really do think that. Peppies. Hey, you've broken the rules of the stream. You've managed to put a Peppy in. Get rid of those Peppies. You're the mod. Peppy's a racist. Dover and Dolly's mom. Peppy's a racist. So you've done Peppy memes. That's racist. Peppy is racist. Peppy is racist. Pepe the Frog meme branded a hate symbol. Pepe the Frog, racist. Careful with it. Like, these days it's probably not seen that way as much, but it was co-opted by the right wing during a phase online, and so like if you drop a sneaky Pepe, it's like basically saying I'm into this sort of stuff. So you don't know anything about it. It's Pepe meme. Started off a whole thing about what could and couldn't be considered like is the frog a hate symbol? Like, it started off a whole conversation about how you can and could or don't or should or whatever co-opt things into hate symbols. The author of the original Pepe cartoon did not create hate, but the people who took it up as their symbol online did. So Pepe the Frog. I mean, I don't know, when was this? This was 2016. That was a conversation in 2016. So back then, when I was on the internet, I mean, I don't know when I started streaming, but when I started streaming, I put a rule in this chat: no Peppies. No Peppies. And I said, not because of the racist connotations, just because I don't like the frog. But really, it was the racist thing. But it is an ugly looking frog as well. But it's had its day, and people decided it was probably a bit racist. Racist Peppies. Is this a racist as well? I don't know. Is Luke a racist? I mean, racist is a big word, isn't it? But what we're doing now, we're supposed to be playing Genshin. What was the other thing we were going to do tonight? I don't know. Should I just play this? Were we watching something else then that I just diverted from? Or what were we doing? How did we get there? They're big friends. Oh, we went from Big Up Amon Holmes, didn't we? And then we got to the GB News, and then we got Charlie Lawson, and then we got Luke, and then we got back Peter's network. You know, like, this occurs to me. Kelly's not here tonight, is she? But maybe if I talk about John Wedgie, she'll turn up. But like you know, oh, the dog's having a pop. Hang on. More than John Wedgie. More than John Wedgie to me. More than John Wedgie. More than John Wedgie to me. Do you want a cup of coffees? I'm going to make a cup of coffees. And yeah, so John Wedgie, for example, right? We don't know. Like, we know what he thinks about Satanism, and we know what he thinks about molesting children. I think. Do we? That's all he ever talks about. But we don't know, like, these people don't present themselves as well-rounded people, do they? Like, they present themselves as, like, action man, I'm wearing a jacket, this is my role, this is who I am. But as a well-rounded person, with Peter Faulding, you got to see a bit more of it on Luke's content. So I need to watch a bit more of that, actually, again. But what's interesting to me, because I'm a streamer, you start to hear all about all this different stuff. You can't, like, don't bring politics into it. You can't help but, like, you know, we touch on all these subjects. We talk about stuff. Like, I don't have to. I could keep it just about the games or just about this. But you know what I mean? We're friends. We talk. Yeah? So, like, with this, though, they don't, do they? It's like, I'm CGI. I only ever talk about dead bodies. Anytime you see Peter, he's going to be talking about dead bodies and that's it. There was only that one time he talked about anything else, which was in Luke's stuff. It happened a couple of times and it went off the rails. But, like, Peter Faulding talks about dead bodies. That's who he is. Like, John Wedgie talks about nonsense kids. That's who he is, yeah? Like, you don't get a more well-rounded... All the podcasts he's done, he's talked about his background when he got brought up, being tough, then being a policeman, being tough, and now the kids... Like, he doesn't have, like, a hobby. He's not, like, into, like, other... Like, okay, they're focusing the content on certain aspects of, like, the conversation, but it's weird to me in a way, isn't it? Like, it feels a bit weird to me the way that in today's day and age we still have this sort of, like, puppet theatre of this man is the doctor because he's wearing the white coat, and this man is the... And that's how I took Peter Faulding. I was just as naive as anyone else. He's there to search, he's got his coat on, I'll listen to his opinion on the river search and take it for granted that he's a good man and he's telling the truth. You know? When in actual fact he told us later that he was lying. So, yeah. Not ideal.
As you know me, I will, because I'm beyond help anyway, so to speak, and I tell the truth.
We love it that way.
But,
I know people are too scared to speak out, aren't they, Charlie? Because they're worried that they won't get the work.
Yes, and I mean that's something that we all live with now. It's just a fact of life. It's whether or not you want to speak the truth, look in the mirror, and be proud of your own belief.
They cut him off there, didn't they? They cut him off there.
Toughest characters to ever grace.
Very Oasis-esque music, isn't it? I would like to leave this city, this old town. You're doing chats to Charlie Lawson from the royal family.
So we welcome Charlie Lawson, one of the most recognisable and toughest characters to ever grace Coronation Street. Living legend, the icon, aka Jim McDonald.
Nice to see you.
How are you, Charlie?
I'm good, thanks.
You good?
How are you?
Very good. Nice to see you. How did you get the job on Coronation Street, and when was it?
Well, I was first asked in 1987. I was at the National Theatre, and to be frank with you, I wasn't interested. I was a bit po-faced about the whole thing, as a lot of actors were in those days. I just thought, fuck that. I mean, I'm at the National Theatre here, love. I don't need to go and do some weird Mancunian bollocks. That's just the way, whereas people bite your arm off now, you know what I mean? I had an interview with James Bain, God rest his soul, and Mervyn, the producer. And they, after a lengthy lunch, what have you, which was rather jolly, they offered me a 2-year contract.
Okay.
Just like that. So at the very same week, I'd just been offered a full-time contract with the Bill.
Oh, the Bill, I remember that show, yeah.
So it was one of those moments in your career when something, never rains but it pours, but I got. And I was well up for the Bill, actually, because I didn't know anything about the street. I'd never watched it. You hadn't a clue what it was about. It was some weird northern thing.
Still is.
Yeah. And so anyway...
Charlie is so great. We could have lost him to the Bill. Is that or the Bill? National Theatre, that or the Bill. Glad he chose Corrie.
Money was better. They offered me more money, so I decided my agent was a big fan, so he said, just go north.
So you wasn't ever a fan of Coronation Street before
No,
you
never
got
seen it.
before you never seen it?
No
way, that surprises me. So you didn't chase the job down, you didn't pursue it, it
No.
sort of came to you.
No, I couldn't have told you what. If you'd said to me Weatherfield, I wouldn't have known where I known about it. I'd never seen it.
What would you say are your best ever storyline?
I suppose the best one was the wheelchair stuff, because any actor who tells you he doesn't like being in a wheelchair is bullshitting you. It's
Is that because you get rolled around and
no,
stuff
no,
like that?
no. It's just you can be angry, bitter, and twisted, and he was angry, bitter, and twisted, and drank a lot. And I watched 2 or 3 scenes that Jim had with Maud Grimes, played by Elizabeth Bradley.
Oh yeah.
And they're some of the best stuff on
Oosh.
television.
Luke didn't understand why he hadn't watched Coronation Street. He told him, I was in the National Theatre. It's a bit more upmarket than Coronation Street, mate. It's proper acting. We thought this soap opera stuff was rubbish, was bullshit, just trash on the telly. Still probably does think that a bit, doesn't he? And Luke was like, I can't understand. I don't understand why you wouldn't have seen Corrie.
Yeah.
And we did, I remember we did 2 scenes back to back. And
Sound quality's bad, isn't it? Sorry if it's a bit quiet. Let me give you the boost.
there were big emotional scenes.
And we'll
And at
speed
the
it up.
end, Liz said, you won't get any better than that. And I said, print it. So they just cut it and printed it, one take.
Who were your favourite actors to work with in Coronation Street?
I loved working with Elizabeth Bradley. I loved working with Bev, obviously. That goes without saying.
Not Simon?
Yeah, Simon's
Jackson?
great. The trouble with Simon is that we laugh an awful lot, you know what I mean? And Simon...
He would be laughing.
Well, we used to make each other laugh.
Obviously try and co-opt each other.
But he's very... I like working with Simon because I can push his buttons, and
Simon played Stephen, yeah? Steve McDonald. Just
Yeah.
for anyone who isn't sure.
Simon would be the first to admit he sometimes takes the easy way out.
Right.
But if you push him and say, just go for this and do it that, play against the way it's written or whatever. We did one scene together in Jim had whacked one of Liz's, I think it was Liz's fiancée actually.
And Jim whacked him and then whacked the best man. And then Simon came out, as Steve McDonald to sort of tell Jim to go away.
Right.
And I said to Simon, you're not fucking getting away with that. So do it properly, do it for real.
Yeah.
Anyway, he did, and he was brilliant, very good. Showed a side of the character Steve McDonald that we hadn't really seen.
Okay.
So if you push the right buttons, you'll get a performance out of him because he's very good. He's shit hot.
Who was the most professional?
So he's basically saying he liked him because he could push his buttons, which meant he could wind him up, make him angry. And like what I'm getting is that this guy probably didn't like Charlie Lawson very much, and he used to wind him up. And Charlie said, "No, but that's me getting the best out of you as an actor. So actually, it's good for you that you hate me and I wind you up."
Actor that you've ever worked on Coronation Street?
Without question, Bev.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Although she was well up for a gag. I mean, I could make her laugh.
So actor, not actress, though. He didn't question that. Didn't have an opinion on her being called an actor there. Best actor, without a shadow of a doubt, a lady. No, he asked actor. You said you had a problem with that. Gender neutral, remember?
But so we did have a lot of laughs. But she was extremely professional because she had to work with me. And I tend to do it from instinct, and therefore every take's different.
Right. Okay.
And also because it was written in Mancunian, I had permission to jizz it up a bit and make it Northern Irish.
Jizz it up a bit.
So she didn't really know what was coming.
Yeah.
And excuse the pun.
Double pun there.
And but she, but she worked in a very, very different way, very methodical, and she was verbatim, and everything was delivered the same way. But she could react and change to my way of working.
Right. Yeah.
So she was extremely professional in that sense. But don't get me wrong. I mean, she once she started laughing, you couldn't get her to stop.
I can imagine that.
Talking of professionalism, they've got one good camera shooting Jim, and then they've got.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, she once she started laughing, you couldn't get her to stop.
Like camera 2 and camera 3, they're not as good. I think that might even be a phone. The colour's all different, the colour balance. They haven't fixed that in post. They're not mic'd up properly. Like you're hearing the echo and sound of the room that they've chosen to use, which is really echoey and wooden. It's really strange. It's kind of a strange setting for the interview. Like this big table dominates the frame. They're on either side of it, far away from each other. I
can imagine that. Did you?
And here, obviously, they've set him on the right, but they've left too much space on this side. Like you could crop that in like there and there, and get that shot much nicer.
Enjoy being the streets hard, man. Did you thrive off
that? Yeah. Well, it was very fucking good at it.
Did you realise how big the role of Jim was going to be at the time?
No, we had no idea, and I certainly abeved it.
They totally edited out that last question. Yeah, I was really good at it, and then it cut. Whatever he said after that, they edited it off. So it's a bit of a weird one, this. Big ups. I had a couple of first-time chatters. Big up Amon Holmes. Keep an eye on you, first-time chatters. Big ups.
Because she watched the show, so she knew all about it. I had a great advantage as well that I didn't know anybody. So when I was told I couldn't sit there because it was Julie Goodyear's chair, I said,
"That didn't bother you?
Fucking behave yourself. Nobody's sitting here. I'm sitting there.
She can move somewhere else."
Well, there was no labels on the chairs.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So there was all that sort of stuff. But no, I had no idea because, as I said, I didn't know about it. And in those days, in 1989, I mean, there was only 4 channels.
Yeah, we were saying that.
So we were getting between 16 and 20 million viewers all the time. So within a year, well, I suppose, within a year when they were starting to write for the McDonald's, and then it became one of the big families, and the kids were like Kylie and Jason. I'm not saying which was which, but they were the first sort of young soap celebrity stars.
Yeah.
Because the top shelf in those days was, when we started, it was like Men Only, Mayfair, and fucking Penthouse and what have you, and then you get Woman's Own, TV Times, the Radio Times, and Gardener's Work. That was about the size of it. Whereas now it's I'm a Celebrity, Mow My Lawn, and it's wall to wall.
How did you deal with the fame? Did you enjoy the fame? Did you ever get sort of?
Right. What's brought you here? I got a question. Malt Poucher and Cabourgeois. What's brought you here? I can wait. Actually, I've got all night. Let's take a little pause. I'm eating biscuits anyway, rather than reacting to this idiot. What's brought you here? Cabourgeois 1, 2, 3, Malt Poucher. Both came in at the same time and used and said the same message essentially. Different words, but the same message. I don't know who these people are they're referencing. I have to look it up on Google. You don't like to hear me eating, do you? See, that person isn't even on Google. Yo, Malt Poucher, Cabourgeois 1, 2, 3. You two fuckers. You, one person that it is that I'm talking to. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. These chuffers, look. First time chatter. That one person. What are you doing? When I finish this, we'll go back to the video. You've only got till now to do it, otherwise you're banned. Well, you're going to get banned. So now, do it now, and then I'll ban you. They are making sense to me. To me, it makes sense. Ali, don't worry. To me, it makes sense. Not that it's personal to me, but that it makes sense what they're doing. I just want to see how they're going to respond to the direct call out. No? Okay. We'll just ban them now then. Maybe they're just looking for someone to troll. Doody doody doody. Let's hope it wasn't anything more sinister than that, eh? Flipping idiots. I know I looked it up, Dover and Dolly's Mom, but I had to look it up. It was intended as like a poke at me. It tells me something about the person that made the poke. It tells me a lot about the person that made the poke. Mission fail. Back to base. We'll get them next time.
Followed outside the set. Did you ever get packed?
No, I lapped it
a
up.
meal.
I lapped it up.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I mean, it's common knowledge that I had several fallouts with photographers and what have you, but I wasn't, bothered about that. And they got told if they were out of line, they got told.
Is there any on-screen partnerships, not necessarily husband and wife, or maybe a father and daughter, maybe, you know, like Sophie and Rosie Webster, Tyrone and...
Did you just bring Rosie Webster into it, you fucking noncer? No way. Isn't Rosie Webster the one that got nonced? Who's Rosie Webster? Oh, she's her. She's the fucking sauce bottle. She is a fucking sauce bottle, I'll tell you that, right? She's like, I would never want to date a lady like this myself. Oh, she looks saucy and all sexy and all that, but she fucking works people. She's a weird, like, conniver. She was on Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, wasn't she? She's like a bit of a fucking sick one, this one. Bit of a sauce bottle. I know her from Celebrity Get Me Out of Here and thinking, fucking this one, no way. She's Rosie Webster. Oh, look at this. No way. Because my mum watches Corrie, but I never watched it. Like, I mean, I'm in and out of the lounge sometimes, but I'm not watching Corrie. So, fucking look at this. Is that Rosie Webster when she was younger? Sauce bottle with a miniskirt, being young. I thought that the storyline was she got nonced when she was in the. I mean, look at all this. Look at all these pictures of her looking saucy. Helen Flanagan, that's it. Helen Flanagan. Sauce bottle, isn't she? Rosie Webster. Let's put nonce. Grooming and kidnapping. Yeah, see, there you go. She got groomed and kidnapped. Rosie Webster walks out of school. Let's see that. I bet she's going to look... That little. I thought she was a bit more grown up when they did this to her on the Corrie. Bloody hell.
Pick your bag up.
Is that her? Is it the same actress? Grew up to be Helen Flanagan, and they just got lucky that she turned out to be a right sauce bottle.
Get along the floor, please.
That down a bit. Yeah.
And this is the Websters, isn't it? So that's...
Put your seatbelt on.
That makes sense to me now.
Hang on a minute. Okay, boss, Sorry I asked. Whenever you feel like it.
I said.
Is that little Helen Flanagan? I don't no, I don't understand at all. Rosie Webster and John Stape, grooming and kidnapping.
Don't make the public dinner. You get us a book.
I thought, this is what I thought, is that she was more grown up and a bit saucy because from what I just saw the pictures there, I didn't think she...
Life ever again. Do you understand? You have a nice day.
But like the idea is that like the storylines that she gets involved with involve like, you know, violent sex and stuff, isn't it? And like she's a saucy one and they all like, you know, fancy a bit of her.
You're in trouble. So I try to be straight.
And she's going on doing all the, you know, this. She's not doing like, not necessarily the saucy things on Corrie, but having the saucy things done. Like it's a bit. He just brought her up. Was it a teacher that was doing it? Bloody hell. Like, it's weird to me that, like, of all the people on Corrie that I can remember, the people I would bring up, like, that I can remember would be Vera and Jack. We want to talk about them. They're iconic. And like I said, I don't watch it much. So, like, what he was interested in was that any other relationships. What was the question?
They wrote a line, they got told.
Is there any on-screen partnerships, not necessarily husband and
Sorry if I just played all that and it was really loud because I forgot to take off the booster.
wife, or...
They wrote a line, they got told.
Is there any on-screen partnerships, not necessarily husband and wife, or maybe a father and daughter, maybe, you know, like Sophie and Rosie Webster, Tyrone and Fizz, any famous partnerships that have a really great sort of relationship on film that couldn't stand each other in real life?
Right, okay. So he's not... I thought where he was driving at that was that... Are there any famous, like, partnerships like Rosie and her noncer, or, like, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, famous combo acting roles. But he did manage to bring up Rosie Webster, and I don't know who Sophie Webster is. So were they a big combo, were they? Would you not say Jack and Vera? Would you not say Jack and Vera? This is all about Corrie. Like, it does occur to me in a weird way that Luke has made a political statement on his channel. Jim McDonald has come on and done an interview. These things have happened at about the same sort of time. Luke has followed up on Jim McDonald. Sorry, I keep calling him Jim McDonald because it's called Jim McDonald Interview. Like, that must really annoy Charlie Lawson that the video is called Jim McDonald Interview. I can't believe he's done that, to be honest. That really does annoy me. Hang on, make it so you can see it. Can I make it so you can see it? No. Unfortunately. Annoying you now. But it's called Jim McDonald Interview, not Charlie Lawson Interview. So that must annoy him. But like, it's not the conversation supposed to be. You're doing a YouTube channel, and Luke thinks. I mean, is this just Luke being stupid? Luke thinks that the interesting thing that will get him views is talking to this man about his career on Coronation Street, which to most people who watch YouTube is not interesting to them because majority of them won't have even watched Corrie or even know who he is. What he has to do, he can't live off his Coronation Street fame. What he has to do is talk about current affairs nonsense from a right-wing perspective, because there aren't that many people who are famous and will also stand on that side of the fence. So they scrape the barrel a bit sometimes. And he's gone on GB News to do that, right? And you should really be asking him all those sort of questions about society today and this and that. But instead, you're doing a sort of generic, this is your life, have a bit of inside goss from Corrie, from a man who's not worked on Corrie for like 20 years. It's just fucking weird. It's like Luke doesn't understand his position or what he's doing here. What he's trying to do. Or maybe he does, and he thought this was the best idea. Because he's had him back and they did the Corrie quiz. Does he think he's going to have legions of Corrie fans following him because he's made a friendship with Jim McDonald? Who's called Charlie Lawson, not Jim McDonald.
Well, I mean, Liz Dawn and Lynn.
Like, this might have annoyed him a bit as well, because, okay, he gets to be on the interview. Okay, he gets to... I'm not doing that messing. Okay, he gets to be on the interview. Okay, he gets to do this and that. But, like, he has to talk as if he's Jim McDonald for the whole time. And he doesn't... He starts the interview with, when I started Corrie, it was beneath me. I was in the National Theatre. Yeah? And I decided to do this, and it sort of spiraled out of control. And, okay, the public love it, but, you know, Corrie's not everything, is it? And Luke's just been like, no, Corrie is everything. I don't know what the National Theatre is, but I'm surprised you didn't jump at the chance to be in Corrie. Tell me about when you were in that wheelchair. Tell me about when you beat up that woman on Corrie. And tell me about like the inside scoop about Rosie, what's her name's knickers. Oh, I fancy that Rosie Webster. Oh, the amount of times I've knocked one out over that Rosie Webster. To be fair, that's the only thing I won't critique Luke over. That one wasn't me pretending to be Luke. That one was just me.
Perry didn't get on at all, you know.
Remind me who Lynn Perry played.
Lynn Perry played Ivy.
Oh, right, okay.
And Liz played...
Ivy, you don't
Vera.
You don't know who Ivy is. Now he's going to have to tell you their names, but not their names as actors, but their names as Corrie characters. Ivy. Oh, Ivy. I know Ivy. I don't know Lynn Perry. Oh, Ivy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bless her. She's dead now.
Didn't get on at all.
Which actors who have sadly passed do you miss the most?
I suppose from the street. I was very sad when Pete died, Pete Armitage. Because we were good buddies, you know, but it's sure sad when everybody dies. I mean, you know, I was just thinking about Johnny Briggs there, funny enough.
Oh, Johnny Briggs.
Briggsy died last year, I think, you know. I mean, we fell out and then, you know, made up in the end, you know what I mean? But sure, it's sad when everybody dies, because you work with them closely on Corrie, you know what I mean?
Johnny Briggs is Mike Baldwin.
Another one that he fell out with, apparently.
For anyone unfamiliar. How many times have you been back?
I imagine most of the actors that are on Corrie, most of them, I suppose through back in the day, most actors and people that work on this sort of stuff, like, they're more bohemian, they're more left-wing. Like, if you end up becoming an actor working in the arts, you're more left-wing, especially if politically you have to vote for the funding of the arts. You were definitely going to go left-wing on that, because Tories just cut the bastard. So Jim McDonald is a fish out of water amongst his peers. He doesn't act properly, he said, he just does it differently every time. Just does it on instinct, meaning I'm not doing it properly. He doesn't do like the same thing everyone else does to help along with the... He's already got problems with Steve, his co-star that he argued with. He wound up the wrong way, or managed to push his buttons. Like, he seems to be in contention and having arguments with a lot of the other members of the staff, the other members on the... Like, it doesn't sound like he's a very nice person. It doesn't sound like anyone liked him.
I think it's 9. It's certainly 7 or 8 or something.
Must be some kind of record, that.
Well, I'm told by somebody who's apparently an expert in these things that I think I'm in front of Chris Gascoigne.
Peter Barlow?
Yeah, as the most returned actor playing the same role in a soap.
What was the green room like back in the 90s?
Mental.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Absolutely fucking mental.
Did you have a little drink in there?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of everything.
I bet you couldn't do that these days.
No, you couldn't. But
it's Baltic water. All the brands are available.
Certainly couldn't. But no, there was a lot of partying.
Oh, a little face of shame there.
Politically,
a little. I wonder what happened. You certainly couldn't these days. And he just said as well that like he's like with Peter Barlow, he's been on and off the show a lot. He's most returned, meaning he's been on the show, he's gone away, and then he's come back. I think with Peter Barlow, what it's been is he's gone away and done other stuff, and then they've wanted him back because he's popular. With him, he's gone away because he's been sacked and like binned off, and then he's probably nagged his way. Please, can I have? Please, I'll be good again. And also, it could be that the audience want to see him, and things are flagging on Corrie, so he's been brought back in. But it sounds like every time he's managed to fuck it up and get binned off again. And if you're drinking in the green room. And it's definitely not allowed now. I wonder if something happened.
Right, politically incorrect, off the Richter scale. And I include Sarah Lancashire, I include Annie Kirkbride, Eva, all the girls, gave as good as they got. It was, but if you had, written about the book, if you saw what went on then, we would all be struck off. Some of us would be locked up, and the snowflakes and wokery fuckwits out there would just faint because it was the most blue, rude.
Okay, that was other dogs. Hey, Daddy heard that. That was other dogs. Right, chill. So he's just said basically, old Corrie, the woke people, the snowflakes. Like he's brought it round to this now. I knew it was coming. I kind of felt it in my bones. He can't help it. I'm up like Adolf Hitler. Brought it round to this, and basically he would have been struck off. Sounds like he can't get a job in TV. Yeah, doesn't it? Would have been struck off. My behaviour would have got me struck off. Well, have you changed, or are you just really angry that you can no longer work in TV with this attitude?
Place on the planet.
So an all-round good atmosphere.
Yeah, when you're sitting on your arse all day waiting to do scenes and you're in all day, you're all in the green room together and it gets very hairy. I mean, some of the cast got a bit funny about it, used to reporters, but that was only one or two.
What actually is the bearing?
Only one or two got funny and there were some reports. He was a nightmare in that green room, drunk and surly as far as I can hear from what he's telling me, reading between the lines, and there's been reports.
In the Rovers, what actually is it?
It was Bass Shandy. There was a deal struck and we got Guinness, real Guinness.
Oh, very nice.
And of course, the preceding or the following sort of month or 6 weeks, then there was a lot of people getting pished.
Well, you were, weren't you? I don't think everyone in Coronation Street drank Guinness in the Rovers' return, but you certainly fucking did. I almost, again, I'm making up stories, so this isn't libel and slander. This is my ideas and it's fun and we're doing entertainment, for a bit of a laugh. But I could almost imagine... So I don't know, I can't believe I have to qualify it with that because like Jimmy Carr doesn't have to qualify that on Mock the Week, does he? But anyway, the point is I can almost imagine him in the green room saying like, hey, to the producers, my character be drinking fucking Guinness and I'm not drinking this fucking Bass Shandy shit. Jim McDonald doesn't drink Bass fucking Shandy. He drinks fucking Guinness. So get me some fucking Guinness in here. And now, or I'm not fucking acting. Because I can't fucking act if I'm fucking drinking Bash fucking Shandy. Jim McDonald doesn't drink fucking Bass fucking Shandy. And they've like got him some Guinness. Said, all right, good point. Your character would choose to drink Guinness. We will put, the easiest way to do it is just to we've got to deal with Bash Shandy and Bash Shandy. It looks like beer, but it's actually Shandy, so they can drink away and do the scenes and everyone's not getting drunk and no one's trying to get loads of free beers on us. So that's all fine. But for you specifically, your character, because there weren't that many people in Coronation Street drinking Guinnesses. For you specifically, your character can have a Guinness, yes. And the easiest way to do that, because we don't have a deal with no alcoholic Guinness, there weren't any, were there? So you'll have to have full alcohol Guinness. Okay, please don't drink too much of it because A, it's expensive, B, we're not trying to get you drunk on company time as a sort of courtesy, and C, you're going to get drunk and we need you to do your job. So please stop getting drunk.
In the crew and in the cast. And so after a number of funny Friday afternoons when we used to film the Rover scenes all day, it was decided that the only two people, well, Billy Tarmy was allowed to drink it because he was Billy T.
Billy T.
Yeah. who played Jack Duckworth, and the only legitimate person...
He was allowed to drink it because he was special. No, probably because he didn't get wasted and act up. Billy, I can imagine him being in a disciplinary room. Well, Billy T's fucking allowed to drink it. Billy T's been fucking drinking the Guinness. Yeah, but Billy T's not going around touching people and making lewd comments.
To drink Guinness was me.
Nice.
So, Duckworth, and the only legitimate person to drink Guinness was me.
Nice.
So I enjoyed my Thursdays and Fridays, which were so Mondays would be sort of on location filming, Sunday and Monday would be location filming, Tuesdays and Wednesday mornings rehearsals, and then we'd shoot on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So Thursdays and Fridays were always reserved for the Rover scenes, of which there were always many.
So you really like getting drunk. He still does. Where's his drink here? They're in a pub. Where's his drink? Don't tell me he doesn't have one. Why are you hiding it?
Oh, right. So you reserve days for certain locations?
Well, yeah.
Certain sets?
Yeah, and so I never went without a real drink.
Certain sets?
Look and see if it's down on the floor. Can't really tell. I'm wondering if it's down there on the floor.
Yeah, and so I never went without a real drink in all my time in the Rovers. The props guys were always dropping a wee tin of Stella down.
See, look, he's going down there. Where he's tins of Stella under the... What do you mean the props guys were giving you tins of Stella under the table? Why do you need a can of Stella? You're fucking like at work, acting.
The Rover scenes, of which there were always many.
Oh, right. So you reserve days for certain locations?
Well, yeah.
Luke's got a glass of water, yeah, so they would have been offered, and it would have been like, you're not going to meet at this pub and have this man who's basically like admitting to having an alcohol problem, not having a drink. Everything I've ever seen him in, he's been drinking, yeah? Like, so that's not just because he's acting on Corrie, but Luke likes to do those interviews with people, doesn't he? Where they're doing the Zoom call and they're drinking. Me and Luke should do a Zoom call interview. I should offer Luke a Zoom call interview. For that being said, for Battery Exhausted, I should offer Luke to come on and just do an interview, shouldn't I? That'd be funny.
And so I never went without a real drink in all my time in the Rovers. The props guys were always dropping a wee tin of Stella down in front of me. Always.
Well, I suppose it adds to the vibe of the Rovers, a little bit.
I mean, you didn't get pissed if you had a major scene, but certainly in the Rovers, if you're standing around all Friday afternoon saying "Pint of lager, please, Jack," then it'd be rude not to. So,
what's your favourite memory of all time?
There you go. If you were stood around all day just saying "pint of lager, Jack," it would be rude not to just get wasted on company time, spending company money on alcoholic drinks, treating it like your own personal doss house. No. You've got all your other colleagues at work with you. So it would be more professional to stay professional and deliver the lines and have a chit-chat in between. And, it's just like, why do you have to get wasted? Why is that a normal thing to do? It's just, forget it.
From Coronation Street.
Yeah, I don't remember 4 or 5 years.
I mean, I kind of understand it because I used to drink a lot, but I did save it for after work.
Been there because I was just on the Raz, but I was never late and I never messed up or anything like that. But Philip and I burned our way through Manchester pretty successfully. So I have a lot of great memories of the social life.
Okay.
Really, primarily.
So the things that came from the show.
Yeah, I mean the crack was mighty, and I mean in those heady days in the 90s, Manchester's always been very good to its own. I was telling this to Amon Holmes on the show that its own. I was telling this to Amon Holmes on.
Amon Holmes.
Big up, Amon Holmes. Big up.
Amon Holmes came up again. That's where I was going with this. Amon Holmes, GB News, Charlie Lawson. Filters. This year. That's when he got married. Amon Holmes married him, look. When was this Amon Holmes interview? Is it not on YouTube? Because he did speak to him, but ages ago, like a year ago. So is he referencing that, or is it just not on YouTube? I don't know.
His breakfast show.
Come on.
That because we had United and City, we had Take That, we had all the stuff in the early 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oasis,
I was going to say Oasis were probably there, weren't they?
Yeah, they were my bag. But I mean, Manchester's very proud of its own. So we were. It wasn't uncommon for all that lot to be together at a do, you know, at the Midland Hotel or something, and we thought nothing of it because we were all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So basically, you thought you were as popular and big as like Oasis and Take That because you did Corrie and you went to the same parties in Manchester.
You know, we were all famous and we were all doing our own thing.
Any Stone Roses knocking around as well?
Yeah, I had a couple of. I had some nights out
Great band.
With Bez and all that crew. That's a different band, but whatever.
Happy Mondays, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we used to knock about with Lisa Stansfield and clubs and whatever. Yeah, but there was nothing. Didn't make you special.
Yeah.
Because we were as famous as they were, and they were as chuffed to meet us as we were to meet them.
Right.
Because they'd grown up watching the street and stuff. You know? Some of them like Take That were only wee lads.
Yeah. So they were looking up to you.
They thought the McDonald's were the business. You know.
Yeah, the McDonald's are the business.
And. Yeah, but it was common. It was very common for all of us to be together, but it didn't make me special because they were just as special, vice versa.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. You know some of your catchphrases that you had. So like, what about you? Things like that, and there's a few more. Were they written or did you make them up? Did they just come out? Did they just?
No, I mean because the writers had no idea, so they were 4 months ahead or whatever, and they had no idea that this fucking hairy Northern Irishman was gonna turn up in the street.
Yeah.
So all that stuff was in Mancunian.
Yeah.
So it didn't make any sense coming out of my.
Oh, you mean the dialogue was in?
Yeah, of course it was.
It's a bit weird. I mean, it could happen, but it did happen. But it seems weird that people would have a character written and then employ an actor that doesn't fit the character to do it. I mean, do you think he was supposed to attempt a Mancunian accent and just decided to kick up a fuss at the last minute? Or do you think they said, hey, he's such a good actor, we want him, so let's change him from a Mancunian into an Irish person and just go with it because he is Irish? Like, you know, it's a strange one because actors are required sometimes to act as if they are like he could have been required to do the accent and be a Manc, but these days as well, they quite often pick people who are the thing that they act as well, which confuses things. I don't know. It's all a bit confusing to me, but...
So I had to sort of take the bull by the horns after about 2 or 3 episodes.
All right, so this is the reason. You can basically say what you want because the script writers wrote it for somebody else, so fuck that anyway. I wouldn't say it like this. I wouldn't say it like that. My character wouldn't say this and that. Also, my character wouldn't do the same thing twice in 2 takes, so my other colleagues can't really act against me effectively, consistently. He's basically telling us that he used to wing it. He used to get drunk and wing it.
And say, like, you know,
give it a little tweak.
Yeah, so Jim doesn't say good morning. You know, he said, what about you?
Yeah.
Or he'd say, you know, you're whatever it may be. So it is, or so you are, whatever. But I mean,
see, the way it was written is not how I would do it, so I'm not going to do it like that. Yeah, but it's a character they've written. Maybe that character would do it like that if you would do it like that and inhabit the character. Instead, you're saying that character is not enough like me, so I'm going to scrap that and just be me a bit more. I mean, he's done some pretty fucking awful things as that character in that soap. And I wonder how many of those things, like you described earlier about being able to be vitriolic and horrible because he was in a wheelchair, which is a bit of a strange one, because I don't think everyone that's in a wheelchair feels vitriolic and horrible. But I wonder how many of his true feelings came out through his characterisation of Jim McDonald.
Amon Holmes has been saying that for years. It was nothing, you know, people used to jump on it and say, my God, where's that from? Well, we've been saying that in Northern Ireland for hundreds of years, so we have.
You just use your offense.
You know, we do it all the time, so we do.
You just use your authentic, how you speak.
Authentic, so it is.
So it is, to be sure.
So, no, that's from the other side of the border.
Have you ever been offered any
Unbelievable! I couldn't believe he responded to it as well. Brilliant. When he said, to be sure, I thought, I can't believe you've said that. And Luke is a Kelly, isn't he? Luke Kelly. I can't believe you said that. Like, he's describing Northern Irish dialect, and then you use a Southern Irish like stereotype on him.
Your offense.
You know?
And I love the way he won't let him explain it back to him, and he shuts him down. He keeps doing it. He just keeps doing the example, and like, yeah, okay.
For hundreds of years,
Yeah.
so we have.
So
Just
we
use
have.
your offense.
You know that we do it all the time, so we do.
So
you
we
just
do.
use your authentic how you
It's
speak.
authentic, so it is.
So it is.
So it is, to be sure.
So no, that's from the other side of the border.
Have you ever been offered any work? To be sure.
So no, that's from the other side of the border.
Have you ever been offered?
To be sure, no, that's from the other side of the border.
So it is, to be sure.
So no, that's from the other side of the border.
No, there are these moments where he thinks, like, have I fallen this far? Aren't there? There are these moments of lucidity where he thinks, what am I doing in this room with these idiots? Like, I started out at the National Theatre, and now I'm sat in this room with Luke. Like, there are moments where he just he totally gets it.
Have you ever been offered any work on any other soaps?
I think the character's too strong. I think I was asked to do something in Hollyoaks many years ago as a guest for.
You think Jim McDonald is too strong of a character for you to be able to act anywhere else ever? But other actors might say because their character was so strong, it gave them huge profile, and that enabled them to then act in loads of other roles. And especially when they went to those auditions, because I assume you can still audition even if you've got a very strong character. When they went to those auditions and showed their range, people said, hey, this is going to really wow the audience. This is a totally different facet to Charlie Lawson. And as soon as we break that strong character mould that you're in, people are going to really see you in a different light. No, maybe your agent didn't see it that way. Maybe they just thought, no more work for you. Your character's too strong. It's Corrie or nothing. So you better get back to Corrie, which is why he kept going back to Corrie then, yeah? Just incredible. I think what's more likely is, because of his reputation as being a drunkard and an oaf, he's got a bad reputation and no one wants to work with him.
But I don't remember.
And certainly before the wokerati were around, these people dominated, but there were people who were a bit woke still there, and they just didn't get their voices heard and stuff. So maybe they clocked you for being a massive arsehole and decided they don't want you in their future plans, and you just sort of got marginalised out.
I did do Doctors, which I suppose you would say would be a soap or a long-running drama serial.
Did you ever feel typecast at any point?
I've always played the
He's
same
just
sort
told
of-
you he's just played the same character forever and he can't get any other work. What do you mean by typecast?
I'm not going to be cast as. I'm not going to be cast, and I have nothing against gay vicars, but I'm simply not going to be cast as a gay vicar. I mean, I spent fucking years doing all this fucking bollocks.
You got that down to a T.
Well, fucking hope so, aren't they?
So he can do accents. He's not going to be cast as a gay vicar. Why not? Like, what is it about you that couldn't be gay or religious? You've got the Irish accent. That could go in the religious camp because, like, there's a lot of Irish vicars. You're a man, so you could be gay. Like, it's just like, what is wrong with the man?
I had to,
sweetheart.
I had to.
Oh, look, the little face, the little meerkat face. Compare the meerkat. Look at him. Oh, look at that. I like my Dover and Dolly's mom. I like those emojis with Paimon. That's funniest. Paimon cool.
Bollocks.
You got that down to a T.
Well, I fucking hope so, aren't they? But I had to.
Sweetheart.
All right, sweetheart. That's all right, sweetheart. He gave us. Hang on.
You got that down to a T.
Well, I fucking hope so, aren't they? I had to do all that. I had to walk into every audition, every interview, bullshit.
Yeah.
And then at the end,
Fake
I'd
it,
say,
make it.
well, very nice to see you, and I'd get up and say cheerio. But
So you went to loads of auditions and couldn't get any work.
yeah, so typecast. Yeah, but sure, everybody's tarred with the same brush, I suppose.
Talking about the return back to Coronation Street, well, the 7, 8, 9,
Whatever.
10, 11, however many it is. Do you always enjoy getting that phone call to go back?
It's never going to.
Is it a phone call? What happens? You know, you should have asked first of all, how is that process? Have they sacked you? Why did you leave? With this unable to get any other work, was it you left to get work, couldn't get it, come back. Like, you know, being a bit harsh, but like, do you know what I mean? The subtext is there, isn't it? And were you lucky because you had like a really good agent who helped you, or like what was it that got you back every time? Were you always on good terms? You know, all that. But Luke's just like, what was it like getting the call on the old big red telephone? Corrie needs you again, Jim. Jim, Corrie needs you. The Corrie phone.
Be a dull storyline. You're not going to have Jim McDonald back to just say "pint of lager, please" or whatever. You know what I mean?
Going back to some hard.
Yeah,
stuff,
I mean, you know, recently I know for a fact that the writing teams, of course, have changed and what have you, and there are different sorts of people writing the show now over the last few years. And
different sorts of people writing the show now. So maybe he had a friend in the writing team that would give him some juicy Jim McDonald stuff, but maybe now he doesn't. That might be my thumbnail there.
That's just the nature of the beast. I always enjoy going back, of course I do, but whether I would go back to kill the character, I don't know. It would cost him a frigging fortune, that's for sure.
It would cost him a frigging fortune, that's for sure. He would only go back if they want to murder Jim McDonald, and he would charge an arm and a leg.
Go back full time.
Yeah.
We'd love to see. Do you know what? I think if there was a poll out there, would you like to see Jim McDonald go back full time? I think it would skyrocket.
I don't think it would, Luke, because I think people these days who know who Helen Flanagan is don't remember who Jim McDonald is. Like, it wouldn't skyrocket. It wouldn't be that. No, I think they should probably do it and prove it.
They do.
Yeah, kind of work. I wish I did with it, but
great to see you on it again. I'll probably watch it again.
The point is, I totally get. We have been forced into living this stupid bloody woke bollocks for the last 3 years. The writers are affected by all this stuff as well. So I totally understand the argument. Well, where would we put it?
Yeah.
Because Jim might be aware of what LGBT means, but if you asked him about trans, or if you asked him about the 126 genders that are meant to be, he'd tell you to fuck off.
Yeah.
So where are you going to put it?
That is so true. I never thought about it like
you know
that.
what I mean?
Wow, it's not that you would think that, is it? Because how do you know Jim the character so well? I suppose you know Jim the character so well that you would know he's basically anti-trans. What? Maybe they could work that into a storyline. You know, maybe he could have a storyline where he's really eggy about trans people. How would they fit that in? It's impossible. Actually, it's quite possible to fit that in because it's a contentious social issue, isn't it? So it's really easy to fit it in, mate. But maybe they don't want you to be the person that discusses that storyline through the prism of your character on screen. Maybe they'd rather do that more sensitively than have some dated racist go on about it. Sorry, I mean, I shouldn't necessarily call him a racist because I don't want to get sued for defamation, but everyone will understand this is just fair comment on YouTube, not intended to cause him alarm and distress. It's a joke, we're having fun. Like, we're talking about Jim fucking McDonald and whether he'd like trans people, and he told us he really wouldn't, so... Like, racism is not transism, no, or genderism or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
Jim was not politically correct, especially not for 2022.
And you have to be politically correct these days, don't you?
You can't have him, I would say...
Did he just say 2022?
And you have to... Absolutely, yeah.
Jim was not politically correct, especially not for 2022.
It's possible that because this is February 2023, so it's February, so you know he might just be, you know, people forget what year it is. It's January the 3rd and they say the wrong year. It might just be that. Or I suppose if it was released in February, he could have recorded it a month earlier or even 2 months earlier. So this was recorded in 2022. It seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? I know I've been on YouTube for a long time, but I thought Luke was relatively new, and he is relatively new, but I treat him like such a fucking noob. Do you know what I mean? Like, I treat him like such a idiot. Like, I feel like he hasn't, like, in fact, his first video is probably his best fucking video in terms of media production. I treat him like such a noob. I feel like September 2022 he started. On that video. How long has he had the channel? September 2022. It's been a while now, hasn't it, when you think about it? Time goes quick. Let's get back to Jim McDonald.
And you have to be politically correct these days,
And
don't
you,
you?
you can't have him, I would say, if you cut his balls off, there's no point in having him back.
Absolutely. No. You wouldn't want a if you get Jim back,
He's got to be Jim
He's got
McDonald.
to be Jim.
He's not Charlie Lawson. I've got plenty of friends that are whatever, and as far as I'm concerned, they can identify as a plant pot.
He's not Jim McDonald. Sorry, he's Jim McDonald. He's not Charlie Lawson. So if you have him back, he has to be eggy about these issues. But Charlie Lawson, as he said, is not eggy about these issues. It's not that he's a racist or whatever. But it's weird because he's applying this. He's not the writer, but he's applying this to the character. And like, why would the character have to go around slagging off gays, like as part of just being on Corrie? Like, they might feel it as a character. You know, you might say, well, my character, I know him and his background. He's not going to like, you know, he's going to be pretty anti this and that. But it doesn't mean he, like, when you say, right, action, he's like, right, fucking get rid of the gays. Like, it doesn't have to just be, you know, he can be engaged in any other storyline and talk about other things and have other opinions that the audience don't see, that he doesn't voice, that make up your opinion of what the character is driven by. And it's interesting that he's very clear now to specify that would be Jim McDonald and that would not be him. And Luke has made this deadly area of calling this interview Jim McDonald interview rather than Charlie Lawson interview, because it's Charlie Lawson, not Jim McDonald. But yeah,
I've got plenty of friends that are whatever, and
he's got plenty of friends that are whatever.
as far as I'm concerned, they can identify as a plant pot.
As far as he's concerned, they can identify as a plant pot. So he's not anti this stuff.
Doesn't bother me if they're decent people, that's fine.
But Jim.
But Jim, well, fucking Jim, he comes from, you know,
So
decent.
it's nice, isn't it? You can hide behind Jim McDonald's opinions when you talk about this stuff in public, and then at the end just sort of say, yeah, but I don't think that. I've got friends who are gay or plant pots or whatever.
In Belfast,
Yeah.
you know.
Have you got any regrets in life, Charlie?
But when he goes on Great Britain News, he doesn't talk like that, does he? He goes on about people and like, I can't believe they called an actress and getting rid of actress. It's political correctness gone mad. Like, you know, so he's a bit of a still yet to make up his mind about that. Maybe, is he?
I try not to have. I regret deeply the split with Leslie and and I regret deeply the relationship, and I regret deeply her addiction to prescription drugs. But it's not a sort of a regret that is my fault. It wasn't my fault, but I do regret it because she was the love of my life until
And then led you to Debbie. So.
You know, regrets. I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention.
What's that all about?
Brilliant. My way. It's my way, you fucking idiot. My way.
Anyway, yeah. All blue eyes.
So I try not to, because I try to live to this, whatever you'd like to call it, and it's a simple quote: above all else, to thine own self be true.
Yeah.
Right, so he had a relationship with a lady and she took prescription drug, or I didn't say prescription, she would, anyway, look, I'm going to just gloss over that because it sounded fucking awful and he's not taking any responsibility for it, so there we go.
Like that.
And I've always lived by that code, and I've always
I hope he wasn't like Jim McDonald at home.
been able to look in the mirror
But then he did tell us that Jim McDonald had to be like him
and live by that line. And
because he acts on instinct and he rewrote the language to be more like him. I'm assuming, like, I don't know. Maybe Jim McDonald and he are nothing alike.
yesterday's gone, tomorrow ain't happened yet, and so you live for today.
Good mantra indeed. What's your favourite TV show of all time?
Coronation Street, next.
God. I'll tell you the one recently I loved. The first series of Gentleman Jack was absolutely staggeringly brilliant.
Is that on?
Sir Anne Jones.
Oh, she's brilliant.
Written by Sally Wainwright,
Oh, she's brilliant.
who wrote for me in Corrie. She started off in Corrie.
All right, brilliant.
And she wrote Gentleman Jack. And the first series, second series is never as good, and it wasn't as good. But the first series, and that's about 2 years ago, that was brilliant.
And if you were an actor, what do you reckon you would have been?
Soldier.
Soldier. So,
Or in trouble.
as Jim McDonald.
Yeah, I would have either...
Luke's laughing about that, but it's actually quite serious stuff growing up in Northern Ireland with that shit going on, isn't it?
I would have either gotten into trouble. Well, I did get into trouble, but I got out of it. I was very lucky. But
He's looking around about, shouldn't have said that, should he? Done something illegal but managed to get away with it. What was this?
I did get into trouble, but I got out of it. I was very lucky. But
Once out of that part of the conversation.
I had decided that because I was the only person in my family, apart from my sister, my mother had served, my father, my uncles, all had served in the Second World War.
Yeah.
And I hadn't. It wasn't a war to serve in, so to speak, but I think I probably had made a decision before drama school came up that that's what I was going to end up doing. And if I hadn't got into...
This is the question from the start. This should be the question at the start, really, shouldn't it? Like, how did you get into acting?
Drama school, fuck knows, I'd have been in trouble somewhere.
If you could act with one actor alongside one...
So this is kind of bad because what's going on now is what I see as Luke is doing is he's written some interest. He's like done what he did with his like questions for Peter Faulding in a way, hasn't he? Let's just write some interesting questions. They don't have any connection. They don't have any through flow. I haven't thought how we're going to start the interview, where we're going to take it, what the big dramatic sort of, what I'm looking for in this interview, what I'm hoping to find maybe, or a big dramatic centerpiece from doing some research into the person I'm interviewing. Like, you can do some interviews where you sit down with someone you don't know anything and you just have to wing it, don't you? But if you know a bit about them, you might be looking for driving towards the emotional moment, the difficult bit, and then getting past that, how we're going to move on and finish. So we've gone on like a story. We've gone through the process, like maybe touched on all the bases that you want to make sure you touch on in different ways. And if you've got different bases to touch on, you might have things that are funny that they've done, or things that are like they went through a hard time, and then how do you connect these together? You've got to make it flow, haven't you? So then you arrange your questions in that way, and you also want to make sure there's like a sort of any other questions bin for like, are you sure we should say this, or maybe we should question that? But Luke's just sort of got like generic questions to ask a man. What's your best telly show? When did you first do an acting? And like, he's got them listed on his phone, and so he's going to ask it. Charlie's going to say what he says, and then Luke's going to wait till he's finished talking, and then Luke's going to ask the next question. And that's not what an interview really is. Like, you should listen to what they say, and you should engage and find, you should be on that journey. So you should have other things to say and do, and like, it feels a bit like, but then it is one of his earlier pieces, so fair enough.
One actor, dead or alive, past or present, anywhere in the world, Hollywood, UK, who'd it be?
I thought the greatest screen actor of all time was James Stewart.
Favourite film of all time? Got to be a favourite film, Charlie.
Yeah, I watched them the other day.
Yeah,
I love True Grit, and I love Where Eagles Dare.
Yeah.
And that they are not what you wanted to hear, because I ain't a lovey. I ain't going to say Henry the fucking Fifth with Olivia.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day. That's my...
Aliens 2, Aliens.
Yeah.
Second, they're not...
Who's your favourite band or artist? What sort of music do you like?
Without question, Frank Sinatra in front of Nelson Riddle.
All Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
You're not on a fucking
do you
date.
like that sort of Rat Packy era?
No, I like him on his own.
You're not on a date. What kind of music do you like? You run out of questions now.
He was swinging. Rat Pack didn't really do it for me, although they had great fun. It was a great TV show.
Anyone from the Manchester scene that you like? The Manchester, because obviously you said before about...
Not really, no. I met...
Not a fan of Oasis?
Well, no, I met...
Luke he pointed to himself then, Oasis. Like, Luke feels like Oasis is part in him in some way. Like, it's part of him. And he doesn't like it, no. Like, it's weird, this bit of conversation. Like, it's weird.
One of them once. And,
which one? I met one too.
Yeah, well, he hates to remain there. He was a fucking pain in the arse. But, that's fine. He was young and was getting paid to be a pain in the arse. So
yeah.
He was very good at it.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same! The exact same!
Same! You've got the same sandwiches as me. Have you got cheese sandwiches? I've got cheese sandwiches. Same. And ready salted crisps. Same.
Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
Whereas I'm a roofer and have walked along the ridgeline of a roof more than once. So I'm not scared of heights. Okay, you feel the feeling when you're up there. Like if you stand me out on the scary glass bridge above nothing, I'm going to be like, whoa. But then I'm going to get it and I'm going to control it and I'm just going to deal with it. So now I know Luke's biggest fear. When we do our interview together, I'll make sure to book the penthouse suite right up on top of the building, or one of those revolving restaurants where you're right at the top. We'll do the London Eye. Me and Luke on the London Eye.
Nightmares, but I will go up. I will. So yeah, he was very good at it.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
Wow, same. The exact same. Exact.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
That's it. You're the same. You didn't have the same taste in music, but you've got the exact same fear. So, exact same. Terrified, he says. Terrified.
Same.
Terrified. And he says it. Whenever this man starts talking, Luke just says the last thing over the top of him. It's brilliant. Exact same.
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
Terrified. Terrified.
Well, I will go up. I will go on the roof, and I will keep doing it. And I
will go on the roof. Why do you need to go on the roof? Just to scare yourself. He's so tough, he's going to face his fears by climbing out onto his own roof.
Don't fucking like it.
He doesn't fucking like it. I'm predicting Charlie Lawson's going to die from a fall from a great height. Drunk off his own roof.
Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
You okay on a plane? You okay on a plane, Luke? That is very high up. He's very high up.
Yeah, fine on a plane.
Yeah, fine on the plane.
Safety. You feel like you've got safety
I'm
net?
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day.
Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like
safety.
Like,
do you know what I'm gonna say? Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
yeah, fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day.
Ah, the little look he gives to camera. I'm really enjoying this. Look at the little look he gives to camera at the end after he does safety, and the tongue comes out as well. Look, we get safety. Get this safety. Whatever that is, yeah. Whatever this is. Body language wise, it's quite weird actually, because it feels like open hands like are for receiving, but then he's got one hand clasped around it. Maybe it's the seatbelt, and he's pulling it in towards himself. Though it's almost like one hand, which is his right hand here. His right hand is the one that's doing the grabbing. I presume he's right-handed. He might be left-handed, Luke, but I would do it the other way around, actually. I would comfortably sit my right hand in my left hand and pull it like restrictive holding my hands.
I'm fine.
And he does the tongue lick out, like pushing out in this sort of confidence. Look at that little tongue. Boop, 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 boop. There it is. There's the tongue. I think we might enjoy that a bit bigger. I think we might enjoy that a bit bigger. I mean, when I say think, I think... Very good. Very good. We will enjoy this more zoomed in and closer up. I know we will. So we're going to. And you can't stop me. I'm going to do it. Don't stop me now. Let's see your little tongue doing its thing. Hang on, wait. Oh, I should have pressed that. Fuck. There we go, safe.
You feel like you've got safety net.
Fine.
The little look to camera. Look.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say, are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July. So I don't want to go up there,
Yeah.
but I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay. And that's what the side.
I'm going to get Jim's nightmares in a second. Hang on. Sorry about this. Had to let the dog in.
I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, fine on a
Because
plane.
I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine.
There you go. It was worth waiting for. Look. Doo 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 doo. Is it going to fuck me up again? No. Oh, good. Doo 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 doo. Blarem. There he goes. Come on, keyboard. Why did it fuck up? I was having fun then.
I mean, I was on the roof.
I love the look to camera. The look to camera really does it for me at the end.
Like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July. So I don't want to go up there,
Yeah.
but I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's what a psychiatrist.
What? Did you marry Amon Holmes? No, Amon Holmes married you. There's nothing wrong with being gay. Like, obviously, there is something, in my opinion, wrong with living your whole life as an angry, repressed homosexual. Like, it's better to get it out and just live it. It's your life, though. But I think there is something slightly wrong with living as an angry, repressed homosexual.
I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th.
He was on the roof the other day. You know, that got we've gone from him being on the roof to being gay. What?
So I don't want to go up there,
Yeah.
but I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's what a psychiatrist told me.
What about being scared of heights?
Yeah.
That's what a psychiatrist told you. And that's the same for Luke. He's the same. Same. He's been laughing at all your jokes like you're on a date. Oh my God, it takes on a weird turn at the end as Jim throws the gay card on the table and sees if Luke is willing to pick it up. What happens if Luke says, really? Because I've always felt strange feelings towards older men with white hair who are aggressive and portrayed aggressive alcoholics who beat their wife and lived in an alcoholic stupor in a wheelchair. I've always been attracted to that. I grew up watching you on Corrie. You're a big influence on me. Repressed homosexual, you say? Well, I didn't know that. Tell me more. And can you stop rubbing my foot with your leg? I mean, or carry on. Do you know what's going on? Same. Luke should say same, yeah. I should edit it. I need to edit this. Where's Regardation Police when you need them? Where's Regardation Police when you need them? Same. And now Luke's thinking, fuck. He's scratching himself. He's thinking, fuck. I just said same. Not same. Although it's okay to be gay. I've kissed a boy and I liked it. I mean, I actually have and I did, so. What you gonna do about it now? No wonder he's so angry about Sam Smith, because if you're not bothered about Sam Smith, that to me would be fine, yeah, normal or whatever. But if you're really angry about him, maybe when you see Sam Smith dressed up in all his saucy clothes, it gives you feelings, and those feelings make you angry, right? And it may not be that your anger is based in your really strong, masculine. It may not be that you're angry because you're such a strong, male, masculine, heterosexual, strong heterosexual. Same with Andrew Tate, isn't it? It's the same with Andrew Tate, isn't it? His half-naked, oiled body with all of his steroids and his misogyny. Oh, I push all the women around. Women are not even important to me. Not as important as my man friends. Men are better than women. Oh, I prefer men too. Oh, should we all go and smoke a cigar? Yeah, can I have a touch of your leg? Sorry, what? Like... Same.
I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
Not same. Not same. How do they do it to us? Comedy gold. Didn't know you were getting it, did you? You didn't know you were getting this. You didn't know you were getting this, did you? I keep looking over here at you. It's not you. It's Luke. You didn't know you were getting it, did you? Didn't know you were getting it. Comedy gold. Absolute gold. Rewind, please. Did you miss a bit?
Keep doing it, but I don't fucking like it.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah.
Same.
But you know, that's fine. He was young and was getting paid to be a pain in the arse. So
Yeah.
he was very good at it.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
I have
Terrifying.
nightmares about. Well, but I will go up. I will go on the roof and I will keep doing it. But I don't fucking like it.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, I'm fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July. So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah.
But I
How are you sucking a dick? Do you feel frightened when you suck a dick?
have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay. And that's what a psychiatrist told me.
What about being scared of heights?
Yeah.
I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
No, well, I am, but I promise you, I'm heterosexual. But no, somebody told me that years and years
I've
ago.
never known anyone that's heterosexual have to promise me that they're heterosexual. I've never known anyone heterosexual feel the need to promise me that they're heterosexual. He said he's scared of heights because he's gay, yes.
Channel, son.
That's appropriate. Thank you. Teresa Dragonbump. That was the correct time to subscribe again and trigger the picture. Thank you. This needs regardation, police edit, yeah. Same. Same. Look at his face. Look at his little face. Promise you I'm not gay. I definitely didn't spend my life drinking myself into a stupor. Could have been a soldier, or instead I became an actor from drama club. So they're not. There's nothing homoerotic about either of those things, right? And then obviously spent my life arguing, angry at people, drunk, in the character mainly. Who's your favourite people to work with? Well, the lady who he worked opposite, of course, and you like that other young lad that he used to work with, Steve. He's obviously doing an interview with Luke. Same. Oh, am I teasing him? I'm teasing. Look, there's nothing wrong. I keep saying it. There's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm not doing homophobic slurs here. I'm teasing them because they are scared of homosexuality to the point where they might even be homosexual and not be able to admit it. Okay, that's not me having a pop at homosexuality. That's me having a pop at being repressed. Because there's nothing wrong with being gay. You just need to be able to just open up about it and enjoy it. I wonder what goes on after the interview. That was a great interview, Luke. Fancy going for a little drink after? I'll show you some of the places I used to go in Manchester. I know a brilliant little bar. A brilliant little bar. Oh, it's great. It's just for the men. It's just for the men, you know what I mean? It's a real man's place. Real manly man's place. Come on, Luke. Come and have a drink with me. I got you a beer, Luke. I've got you a beer, Luke. And it's nice and frothy. It's got froth on it. Make sure you drink the froth, Luke. all the hypnols in the froth. All the goodness is in the froth. I've got you a Guinness, Luke. I've got you a Guinness. Now, Luke, not in Ireland. I've got you a Guinness, Luke. And you're going to have to drink it. And you'll make sure you drink the froth as well, because all the goodness is in there. What's a funny tasting... Wait, Manchester, Luke's Manchester. All right, kids. Oh, it's a bit of a funny tasting froth. What kind of froth's on this? The froth tastes funny. Oh, I feel a bit funny now. Don't you worry, Luke. I've got you covered. Big up St. Jules. A lot of protein in that froth. There will be in it later. You'd get the protein straight. You'll get no froth later. Just straight protein, I'm telling you.
I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety.
Safety.
Like safety net.
Fine.
It's like cupped balls. Safety. The safety of the plane. Cupped balls.
Safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof.
Definitely not gay. Definitely not gay. This poor bastard. Is this another one of these Mason's initiations? Jim McDonald's going to stitch you right up on the interview and make you look gay. This poor bastard. Me dear, gay dear, no dear. Who dear, me dear? What's that from? What's that one from? Who dear, me dear, him dear. Me. Who dear, me dear, no dear. Now, is it? I think it might be. Well, I'm going to keep my eyes closed so I don't see it. I think it might be League of Gentlemen, maybe. Catherine Tate. Catherine Tate. Of course, yes, Catherine Tate. That's another one, right? Like Little Britain. You wonder these days whether that would pass cut the mustard. I suppose. I used to love Catherine Tate, though. I think it's okay to have a joke. I'm doing it now. It's okay to. I think personally, it's okay to have a joke if you're on the right side of things. Like if you're joking with people. Like I would make these same jokes. No, I'm making these jokes knowing I've got gay people in my audience. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not making these jokes worried about the gay people in my audience. I think the gay people in my audience would find this funny as well. Like, because I'm not homophobic. It's not a homophobic joke, but. Yeah, I think same with sort of Catherine Tate as well. I think I think that Catherine Tate's good. Yeah, who dear, me dear, no dear. Look at this guy. Who's this fine chap? Same.
On a plane.
Yeah, fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July. So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay. And that's what a psychiatrist told me.
The fucked up thing about it is he's visited a psychiatrist. So it's not just that you don't go to the psychiatrist. I mean, number one, you don't go to the psychiatrist. There's nothing fucked up by going to see someone to help you with mental health, yeah? But going to see a psychiatrist is not because you're just having a great day, okay? Number one. And number two, he's not just gone to see a psychiatrist and said, hi, I'm here because I'm scared of heights. Can you help me? I mean, he may have done just purely for this fear of heights. And the psychiatrist has turned around and said, sit down. Oh, you're gay. That may have happened. I think what's more likely is he's gone to see someone about his behaviour, maybe. Generally, psychiatry-wise, yeah. And they've had a good old talk. Don't you think they've had a good old talk? And then the psychiatrist, when things come up, have tried to sort of say, hey, maybe, this dream might have something to do with feelings about, I don't know, about this guy, or do you have any of those sort of feelings? And he's gone, I'm not fucking gay, Wait, I've got to do the right accent now. No, Northern Ireland, Charlie Lawson. I'm not fucking gay, I'm not fucking gay. But I don't think the psychiatrist would have said to you, that's an interesting dream, you're gay. But maybe through the course of the psychiatrist has got the idea that he might be gay and he might be holding it back and holding it in, repressing it. And so some opportunities tried to ask the question and it's been met with pushback from Charlie Lawson.
What about being scared of heights? Yeah. I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
No, well, I am, but I promise you, I'm heterosexual.
But I've only ever sucked a cock once.
But no, somebody told me that years and years ago.
That's bollocks.
Well, of course it's bollocks.
That's bollocks. It's bollocks. We're not gays. We're just two chummy guys having a drink in a pub with no drink and doing an interview about Coronation Street and bigotry and the wokerati. We're not gay. We hate the woke people. We're not gay, are we? I'm so not gay that if I saw a gay, I'd be like well against it. I'm so gay that when I see Sam Smith, I don't just go, all right, Sam Smith. I go, oh, it's repulsive. Get it off the telly. We can't have that. It's disgusting. Making a big fuss about it over nothing because I'm definitely not gay. Yeah? That's what's going on here. With his hands clasped. Look at Luke. Look at this body language. Look at this disaster of a body language. Wait, I've got it reversed. Hang on. Look at this disaster of body language from Luke. This is brilliant. Luke's body language. We're not gay is what he's basically saying at this moment when he's saying it, isn't he? Like, he's got his hands. Look at these hands. Ah! Look at my knuckles. Ah! Hold them tight. White knuckle ride this. Oh my god. Not the same Luke. Wait. Not the same Luke who took out an underage, a minor from the care home who felt that they had issues with their own gender for a lovely haircut to make them look like a boy and held them down all night. I feel a bit weird about that now, actually. I mean, I did take it for granted. I talk about this stuff on the internet and I have to take people at face value and I make inferences and make conversations. But the holding that kid down all night in the care home for hours in the room, obviously it sounded like they could have been doing something to the kid, didn't it? It sounded like they could have, two people in the room, two of them holding, taking turns doing something. That's all I'm going to say because of the internet, yeah? But you know what we're saying, right? So, obviously they could have just been holding them down so they went quiet and still until they could leave. So they could just calm them down until they could leave. But it could be that they were doing something to the kid, yeah? That could be like, let's go in this room, let's hold them down. And that's the kid that you took out, befriended, groomed. You could call it grooming. In fact, you would call it grooming, wouldn't you? And I don't just mean a haircut, a nice grooming at the grooming parlour, do I? But befriending, taking out, going for walks in the country, he said, didn't he? Up the moors and stuff, which is a bit weird because you're out there on your own where no one can see you, just on a secret jaunt on your own. Little jaunts. And then short haircuts to make them look like a boy. Like, this is so fucked, Luke. You are so fucked. In his Peter Faulding homage jumper. Can you get me a high-vis jacket like Peter Faulding for Christmas? No, Luke, you don't want to go walking around in a high-vis jacket. I want to go walking around in a high-vis jacket like Peter Faulding. We got you a nice orange jumper just like Peter Faulding would wear. He doesn't wear that. He wears a high-vis. It is high-vis, look, Luke. It's the same sort of orange. Oh, Peter Faulding doesn't wear a jumper like this. He does. I saw him wearing one. Oh, does he, though? Yeah, Peter Faulding wears a jumper just like this. Oh, I'm going to wear my Peter Faulding jumper when I interview this man. When I interview... Who is he again? Charlie Lawson, the actor. Jim McDonald, you mean? No, Charlie Lawson, the actor. You mean Jim McDonald from Corrie? yeah. Jim McDonald from Corrie. Get in there.
Maybe the psychiatrist is gay.
Maybe the psychiatrist was gay. Was he scared of heights as well? Were you doing this session on a roof?
Well, of course, it's bollocks, but
Maybe the psychiatrist is gay.
Could be.
You're trying to pass the
But
buck.
I have height dreams on a regular basis.
Trying to pass the buck. What do you mean? Like you're in the psychiatrist's office and one of you's done a hand job on the other. Oh, whose fault was that? Well, it's not my fault. I'm not gay. Well, you're scared of heights. Yeah, but you're a psychiatrist, so you're just saying it because you're gay. You're the gay one. Yeah, well, if I was the gay one, why are you doing the hand job? Yeah? Well, you want the hand job. You're the gay one. Well, you're doing the hand job. You're the gay one. Right, well, I'm not gay. Right, well, I'm not gay. Right, we'll just finish me off and then we'll call that the end of the session. Sorry. Time's up for this session. You got to finish me off. Well, 15 minutes for another £40 for another 15 minutes? All right, but it's not gay. All right, it's not gay. As long as it's not gay.
Maybe 2 or 3 times a week and I wake up in a cum. I have height dreams on a regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Why is it so quiet again? Compressor's off again. Why did the compressor go off again? How did I do that? Sorry if it's been quiet.
And I wake up in a complete state.
Wake up and come. Did you say wake up and come?
On a regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week and I wake up in a cum.
Wake up and come.
I have height dreams on a...
Wait, if I just put the filter back on, does that mean that it's been quiet for all of that? Did you hear them, like, tell me in chat now, did you hear all that going on well enough in the edit, or do I have to rewind it, the gay bit again? Did you hear it all right, or do I have to rewind it? You were reacting to it and you were all talking, so it seems like we could all hear it all right. My mic isn't up particularly loud tonight, so maybe it's all in nice balance. Please tell me. You could hear all right, yeah? Okay. Maybe I don't need the compressor up so hard as well. Maybe this is now loud. I worry because I can't hear it easily because I've got my headphones turned down basically because I can't have it so loud in my ears. But I need to broadcast at a decent volume, so it has to be up loud.
Regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times.
It's been hard to hear them all along. I've had to turn up the volume when Luke's talking. Yeah, tell me if that ever happens in the future. If you ever got problems hearing things, let me know.
A week and I wake up in a complete...
Wake up and come.
Dreams.
We'll just rewind this a little bit because it is all gold. I assume after he watches me rip it, he might take it down.
But, that's fine. He was young and was getting paid to be a pain in the arse. So
Yeah.
he was very good at it.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same! The exact same!
I have
Terrifying.
nightmares about... Well, but I will go up. I will go on the roof and I will keep doing it. But I don't fucking like it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, I'm fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July. So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
It is difficult to hear them even with the compressor because it's just poorly recorded.
But I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay. And that's what a psychiatrist told me.
What about being scared of heights?
Yeah.
I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
No, well, I am, but I promise you, I'm heterosexual. But no, somebody told me that years and years ago.
That's bollocks.
Well, of course it's bollocks, but
Maybe the psychiatrist is gay.
Could be.
You're trying to pass the
But
buck.
I have height dreams on a regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I wake up in a complete state.
No way. So could you go? Have you been on like the big one?
Have you been on the big one at Blackpool? Have you ever been on have you ever been on the log flume at Drayton Manor though? Because that goes really high up, like. Big up Amon Holmes. Have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool? He doesn't like heights. No, he's not gone on the big one at Blackpool. Or are you talking about being gay again? Is there like a famous bloke at Blackpool that's known for his sexual prowess? Have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool? Oh yeah, I met him once. had a right go on the big one at Blackpool. He was a big one and all. I could hardly sit down for a week after, which was terrible because I'm afraid of heights. So I like to be sat down in the wheelchair most of the time when I'm acting. Which is not a pop at disabilities. It's because obviously he played a character who was in a wheelchair. He said he liked it, being in the wheelchair. Oh, where are we going with this tonight? Big up Amon Holmes.
No way. So could you have you been on like the big one?
I never.
He's just admitted to having an anxiety disorder that wakes him up several times a week. I imagine every night. And I'll tell you what it is, Jim McDonald. Charlie Lawson. It's because you're drinking too much. It's the alcohol. That's step one. It causes anxiety. Watch. Alcohol causes anxiety. No, alcohol doesn't cause anxiety. It relaxes me. It gets me chilled out. It helps me to unwind, so it can't cause anxiety. As a typical depressant, alcohol affects the brain in many ways. Its slightly high doses will cause feelings of sadness. During intoxication, that will evolve into feelings of nervousness. During the subsequent hangover and withdrawal, you get the anxiety. Alcohol, anxiety, and depressive disorders. So if you've got a depressive disorder or anxiety issue, if you are waking up in the night with your anxiety dream about heights, or as he described earlier, he had other issues that took him to a psychiatrist, maybe stop drinking. It might not just fix everything. There might be further treatments that you want to go with, but excessive drinking can cause anxiety both in the short and long term. And then how do you solve that anxiety? Well, you drink. Big up Amon Holmes. And with that admission that he's going through a serious psychological issue, Luke asks him, have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool? He's telling you about his anxiety. Like, to him, he's feeling like, look at his face when he looks, when he looks at Luke, you know he's thinking, fucking idiot. You know he's thinking it. You know he's thinking it, yeah? I was telling you about my alcohol and... Well, he wasn't telling you about the alcohol, but there he was telling him about his greatest fears and how it wakes him in the night and these anxiety dreams and how he can go on the roof, but he's still... No, you're not going to dig into that. You're going to ask him, have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool?
You're trying to pass the ball.
It's like an interview for News Round or Blue Peter or something by someone who definitely wouldn't be quite like, you're not going on Blue Peter if you've got a track history of holding down a service user in a minor in a care home all night while they scream and consternate. And I mean, I've only got your testimony on this, but apparently it was just holding them down. And then apparently another service user had to enter the room and kick off a fight and punch you in the face, didn't they? Or was that what started this whole incident in the first place? I can't quite... Maybe we should go back to it and rewatch it sometime. Obviously, it's on Battery Exhausted.
I have height dreams on a regular...
Height dreams. I wonder what they involve. Should we dig into them further?
...basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I wake up...
I love a good dream. There's a Dark Side Phil dream that I can react to. I don't know if we're going to do that tonight, but...
Complete state.
No way.
Actually, there's so much stuff that I could react to on this funny, stupid side of the internet. I don't have to like focus on Super Chuffer or doing anything. I could just sit in a room and react to nonsense on the internet, and I'd never have enough nonsense. They'd never run out of nonsense to react to. Whether it be popular or all that, I don't know. But like, there's always too much nonsense. I can't fit Foodie Beauty in, and that's not a pun, like based on her size. I mean, I can't fit it in. There's so much nonsense on the internet.
So have you been on like the big one?
I never fall. It's all...
He interrupts him. He's like, shut up about the big one at Blackpool. I'm in my flow about my dreams. Shut up. Have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool? This has been edited. I would have edited out Luke's question to make him look slightly better. Or maybe if Luke's not editing this, the editor left it in to make him look worse. And the same with the bit where he said about that's the wrong side of the border. I think the editor has made Luke look stupid.
Have you been on like
complete state.
And he says, I wake up in a complete state. And they've just discussed homosexuality and the connection. And he wakes up with complete state. I'm saying embedded confession. He's coming in his pants when he's awake. When he wakes up, he's doing a sex dream cum.
A regular
Anxiety, panic, and cum.
basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I wake up in a complete state.
No way. So could you go, have you been on like the big one?
I never fall. It's always in the dream. I'm always about to. It's on a structure.
Yeah.
Look at that, the way he describes it. It's on a structure. I never fall. High up. You could describe this as a phallic thing. Nelson's column. Phallus. Holding it. I never fall. Come. Go into, like, fully, dive in to it. I'm always scared to jump in, to fall off, to bridge the precipice, to take the step, always scared of it. And we're holding it like it's a fact, but we're also holding this hand up like a beer, like we're holding a pint pot as well. So alcohol is worked into this, like, because when he physically drinks, that is his right hand, again, assuming he's right-handed. That's his drinking hand that he's holding up, and he, that's a very muscle memory sort of thing. So maybe drinking is involved in this in some way. He never falls. He's grabbing hot. Like, if I'm the psychiatrist and you're doing this at me, I'm going to say, yeah, I can see the homoerotic, phallic sort of. Are you sure you're not gay?
Deeply unsafe.
Oh, went to his mouth there. I know he's just doing a burp, but that went to his mouth as well. So.
Have you been on the...
Deeply unsafe. He says deeply unsafe.
It's on a structure.
Yeah.
It's deeply unsafe.
Deeply unsafe. Is it a big scaffold or like, wobbly scaffold? A big wobbly thing that should be hard. Should be hard, but it's a big wobbly and it's scaring you.
Have you been on the big one at like Blackpool?
Did he ask him that again?
Going up that.
Did he just ask him it again? And now we've got it edited in as a picture. Did you? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Could you go, have you been on like...
Wake up in a complete state.
No way. So could you go, have you been on like the big one?
I never fall. It's always in the dream. I'm always about to. It's on a structure.
Yeah.
It's deeply unsafe.
Have you been on the big one at like Blackpool? Them going up, that going up, like...
Yeah.
That's the worst bit. Right, Charlie.
He says yeah. Charlie just goes yeah. But has he? And Luke describes what it's like to be on a roller coaster and they move on, which is a weird end to that segment about heights and homosexuality. Have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool? Yeah, maybe we should go on it sometime. Together, you and me. Locked in. Next to each other. Up there where no one can see us. If you get scared, you can always grab hold of me. Anyway, look, next question. So,
a mini quiz.
Mini quiz? What the fuck? How? Look, he's been on the telly. He's been on Coronation Street. He's done National Theatre. Now he's doing Jim's Corrie quiz mini with the red and the green and the blue and the colours and the animation. Like, is this not a little bit of a step down for the man? Even GB News is better than this, surely. Like, look at your graphic. It's going to offend him.
I've got a mini quiz.
Sometimes when I jump on my bed, I can go up really high and nearly bang my head on the ceiling. Have you ever done that? Because that's like really high up. In my room, I've got bunk beds, and I usually have the top one. So you'll be all right. You can have the bottom one because you don't mind not going high up. We'll be big friends. My friend Darren's got a tree in the back garden. It goes really high up. We can climb up it and it goes over the fence. If you want, you can come up on it, but you'll be scared. So if you want, you can come up. But if I were you, I'd close your eyes. We can see Tina over the fence. We can see Tina. Tina's hanging out of washing, but she's well fit in that, so you can have a look at her from over the fence up the tree. We like to go up there. Darren's big brother's got cigarettes, and Darren's stolen a cigarette off him. We're all going to go and smoke one.
I've got a mini quiz.
This could have been something else. This could have. Like, he opened up about his psychology. He questioned his own sexuality. He's talked about alcoholism, about how he's been thrown off and let back on and thrown off. And these days, they wouldn't have what he does on Coronation Street in the green room anymore. Like, we've missed opportunities to probe, and instead we're talking about going on the big one in Blackpool, and then we're going to do the quiz. Have you ever been on the escalator at Primark? It goes right high up. My mum won't let me go on it. She says I'm only allowed to go on it if I hold her hand because I've been running on the stairs. We've got to go there next week because I need a new pair of trainers because I trod in too much dog shit and I've walked into the carpet. My mum was well cross. Same. When he said, have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool? He should have gone, same. What's occurring? Jim McDonald's gay. I'll take it back for you. It's too good.
Whatever, and as far as I'm concerned, they can identify as a plant pot. It doesn't bother me if they're decent people, that's fine.
But Jim.
But Jim, well, fucking Jim, he comes from, D Street in Belfast.
Yeah. Have you got any regrets in life, Charlie? Off now.
That's off.
My way. Yeah.
We'd like to call it, and it's a simple quote: "Above all else, to thine own self be true." Series, and that's about 2 years ago.
Where is it? I just took it back too far.
I had decided that because I was the only person in my family, apart from my sister,
who's gay.
Got to be a favourite film, Charlie. That sort of brat packy. Same.
There we are. You'll love this. You'll love this, Jess. This will be right up your street. You will fucking love this, right? I fucking love it. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me this week.
That's fine. He was young and was getting paid to be a pain in the arse. So
yeah.
He was very good at it.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
I have nightmares about. Well, but I will go up. I will go on the roof, and I will keep doing it. But I don't fucking like it.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, I'm fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July. So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's what a psychiatrist told me.
What about being scared of heights?
Yeah.
I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
Same. No, not same. He went to see a psychiatrist and he told him he was gay. I think the 12th of July might be an Irish thing. I don't know. Same.
Safety. You feel like you've got a safety net.
Safety. Too many memes. Too many memes.
Yeah.
And we need regardation police to edit this. So when he goes, the psychiatrist told me it's because I was gay. Luke then says, same.
So he was a fucking pain in the arse. But that's fine. He was young and was getting paid to be a pain in the arse. So he was very good at it.
They're talking about Liam Gallagher there.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
I have nightmares about.
Terrified.
Well,
Terrified, says Luke.
The exact same.
I have nightmares.
Terrified.
Heights.
Same.
It's like they're on a date. Because before this as well, I just skimmed over it because we wanted this bit again. But before this, they were discussing music, and the one dude likes sort of, and Luke suggested the Manchester bands and Oasis, and he was like, no, I don't really like Oasis. And it was like, oh, well, we don't really have that much in common, do we? But now we've found some common ground. The common ground is that psychiatrists tell us that we're gay.
The exact same.
The exact same. We've got here from Big Up Amon Holmes.
I can't remember what interview I did. Amon Holmes did an interview with Amon.
Big up Amon Holmes.
Big up Amon Holmes, because he mentioned Amon Holmes. So I had a look about Amon Holmes, and it turns out Amon Holmes has been on GB News doing an interview with Charlie Lawson. Charlie Lawson's been on GB News saying all sorts of stuff about he doesn't understand gender-neutral soap awards and all this sort of stuff. So, you know, he's a bit outspoken on the old GB News, old Charlie Lawson. And he did do an interview with Amon Holmes, but I can't seem to find it on here. But what I did find, Amon Holmes there, is if you search, this is good, if you search Amon Holmes, Charlie Lawson, then what you do find is there's a story about this one, right? Listen, it's just this. Oh, what's happened in my life? What's happened? Look, this story about Amon Holmes. It's in the paper, so it's definitely, and it is definitely true. Actually, this one, it is actually definitely true. Amon Holmes to marry. Amon Holmes to marry Coronation Street icon Charlie Lawson. Amon Holmes to marry Coronation Street icon Charlie Lawson. It is true as well, because it turns out that Amon Holmes has revealed he's conducting the wedding ceremony. Oh, it's one of them. Amon Holmes is conducting the wedding ceremony of former Coronation Street actor Charlie Lawson. He's doing the wedding ceremony for him. They're not getting gay married. He's doing the ceremony, and he's getting married to a woman. Right, yeah. Yeah. That's what's happening. They've not got gay married. Or just married, you'd call it, I suppose, wouldn't you? Now I'm starting to wonder, though, because of what Charlie Lawson's just been saying in this interview, is he secretly married to Amon Holmes? Did they do a ceremony with a woman there, and Amon Holmes was actually the one he was getting married to? You know, were there any photos? Can you prove it? Were there photos of this wedding? Or was it like, you know, we want Amon to be there at the front with us because I'm actually getting married to Amon, but everyone has to think I'm getting married to a woman? Big up Amon Holmes. But it's interesting, isn't it, the way that Amon Holmes is on GB News. Like this is how we got here. Is I was questioning whether they were racists or whatever, fascists, because they're all on GB News. They're all friends. Luke did an interview with this guy, and then he did Peter Faulding, and like, you know, this guy's he's outspoken. He's on GB News. He's got all the political. Doesn't like the wokerati. He doesn't like the woke people. He doesn't like all the woke people. You wouldn't have got away with the way he is these days. So, you know, he's on that side of things. And I was just questioning those angles. And now I've got this. And it gets better because he asks him if you've ever been on the big one, Alton Towers.
Getting paid to be a pain in the arse. So
Yeah.
he was very good at it.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
I have nightmares about. Well, but I will go up. I will go on the roof, and I will keep doing it. But I don't fucking like it.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, I'm fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day putting the
And that little look to camera.
plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine.
The little lick of the lips. We've already done this. The little lick of the lips and the little look to camera at the end. The little look to camera at the end. The little look he does. Safety.
The other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July. So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's what a psychiatrist told me.
What about being scared of heights?
Yeah.
I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
No, well, I am, but I promise you, I'm heterosexual.
I promise you I'm heterosexual.
But no, somebody told me that years ago.
I know I'm heterosexual because I've sucked many dicks and I didn't enjoy it once. I don't like the taste of cum. I'm definitely heterosexual. Look, let me prove it to you. Come here. Come here. Look, I don't like this. I'm not enjoying it. I'm really not enjoying this. Are you enjoying it? Because I'm not enjoying it. Definitely not gay.
Years ago.
That's bollocks.
Well, of course it's bollocks.
Of course it's bollocks, yeah.
Maybe the psychiatrist.
Oh, well, of course it's bollocks, it's bollocks. If Luke, I wonder what would have happened if Luke had said, maybe there's something in that. Whether he would have gone, oh, do you think so? Same. You know, whether he was like, you know, probing in the conversation. And now Luke's giving it the shutdown. He's like, oh, no, yeah, pints of beer, yeah. Oh, fighting and pints of beer. Yeah, definitely. You do have pretty eyes, though, Luke. Take off those glasses.
Gay.
Could be.
You're trying to pass it.
Maybe the psychiatrist was gay.
You know,
Maybe the psychiatrist is gay.
could be.
You're trying to pass it. Trying to pass the
But
ball.
I have height dreams on a regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I wake up in a complete state.
In a complete state.
No way.
No way. We're about to get into the deeper recesses of your psyche here. No way. You wake up with anxiety 2 or 3 times a night. Dreams. Tell me more. Or...
So could you go, have you been on like the big one at
I never.
have you been on the big one at Blackpool? Have you ever been to the big Debenhams in town? They've got a lift that goes all the way up to the 5th floor, and then at the top you can like see right out across the town. In the multi-storey car park, you can see right off over town, but my mum says don't go and stand too close to the ledge, because if you slipped, you could fall off and you'd smash your head at the bottom. Once, when I went on the Helter Skelter, when I got to the top, I had a good look off. It was really high up, and I had an apple that I hadn't eaten for my lunch, and I threw it off, and it hit my cousin on the head.
Fall. It's always in the dream. I'm always about to. It's on a structure.
I'm always about to, and I just can't and won't, just can't help myself, and on a structure, big, wobbly, should be really stiff and hard, but it's all wobbly, and I'm on this structure.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's deeply unsafe.
Deeply unsafe.
Have you been on the big one at like Blackpool? You know them.
Yeah.
Have you been on the... Can we confirm... I was going to ask you about this earlier, but you went on and on about your boring dream. Can we get back to the big one at Blackpool?
Not that going up like.
And they've done this picture as well because it's an edit point. I realise this now. They illustrated it. We didn't have everything illustrated, did we? We didn't have his big wobbly structure dream illustrated, but the big one at Blackpool is illustrated, and that's because they're going to cut from what Luke's saying and just get rid of it, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's the worst bit. Right, Charlie. Yeah. I've got a...
See, whatever was said after that, whatever he said, like, we don't know how long that conversation went on, but we're going to cut from there now, and we're going to move to here. So...
Mini quiz.
Mini quiz. Don't. Jim didn't know this would be happening, this bit. Like, he didn't know that. Like, he's not seen that animation. He doesn't know it's going to be that bad. He's just in the pub having the conversation. So he doesn't... I say Jim. Charlie Lawson doesn't know it's going to be this bad, but like it did turn out to be this bad. So Luke's got his phone again. They've all got their phones these days. Got it written on his phone. Time for the quiz. I mean, we are in a pub, so pub quiz, I suppose. It's got a valuable time with this man. Icon of acting in Manchester. Everyone knows Jim McDonald. And like, you're going to do a quiz? I mean, it is all a big quiz, isn't it? Because you're asking questions generally. Question one. Question 1. How many pints of beer does the Rovers Return serve every year, on average? Question 2. How many husbands did Bev have? Question 3. Are you gay? Do you want to have a little kissy later? No. Question 4. Have you ever been to the big Woolworths in town? Because they've got pick and mix, and if you go in really, you run in really fast, when you think you're pretending that you're looking at the CDs, you can grab one and you can run out and eat it. Question 5. When you got your last Happy Meal, did you get the figure of Buzz Lightyear? Because I've got all of them. I don't have Buzz Lightyear, so I'd swap you a Woody for your Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, how many appearances you've made on Coronation Street?
Quiz. How many appearances? That could have been a legitimate interview question at the start when you were talking about his career in Coronation Street. So how many times have you actually been on the show? Do you know how many appearances you've made? No, that could have been it's not a quiz question. That's not a quiz question in general. Like if we asked this in the pub quiz, yeah? If we asked this very question in a pub quiz. Question 1. How many appearances have you made in Coronation Street? Everyone will look confused for a bit, and I suppose everyone will say, well, none, have we? None? Is it a trick question? None. I haven't. Have you? No, none. Nobody's made any appearances in Coronation Street. This guy, loads. He won't remember exactly how many because he was drunk half the time. He told us.
Up until your last one.
Absolutely no idea.
Give me a guess.
Yeah, I got no, I fucking dare. I fucking fuck you, you fucking. Look at his face. He looks like a Muppet, doesn't he? He looks like one of the Muppets. You don't fucking. This will be the new bin before we know it. Going loop on his YouTube. Why doesn't he have his own YouTube channel? This would seem like this would be a natural progression for this dude. Start a YouTube channel and start ranting into YouTube. He looks like he's a low cow in waiting, isn't he? Ah, fuck you. He looks like Father Jack. It's the eyes. Something about the eyes. How many times have you been on Coronation Street? Well, I'm not on the fucking show no fucking more, am I? Stop fucking rolling my nose in it. You fucking ignorant little shit. Now, do you want to get a little bunk up on the go or what? Wait, why's my voice gone all like in between Manchester and Scottish? I turned like... I don't know what my accent's doing now. Would you not be getting a... No, that was my Irish. That was my proper Irish, wasn't it? It's moving into more Southern Irish. Would you not be saying to me that I'm fucking gay on the fucking interview and that? You're not telling me that I'm fucking on this interview and you're going to ask me how many fucking times I've been on fucking Coronation Street.
No bitch can get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms you can't see. I'm just a mother.
M-I-M-P. Thank you, Betty Boop. Betty Boop. Thank you for the tippies, the bitties. Thank you. You're not going to be asking me how many fucking times I've been on fucking Coronation Street. Because I'm not on fucking Coronation Street no fucking more, am I? And they won't let me fucking back. And there's no fucking way they're letting me back. So I don't fucking know, but I'll tell you how many times I'm going to be on Coronation Street in the fucking future. That's fucking none. None. Not unless they get out of this fucking wokerati bullshit. Wait, my accent's gone again. It's hard to maintain an accent. That's why I'm not an actor, and nor is he. Because he couldn't do Manchester. I could do Manchester, though. Steve's probably going to be if Steve watches my stuff, I don't know if he watches this, but if Steve watches me doing a parody of the Manchester accent, I'm not going to make myself popular in the Manchester area. It's only Luke that I'm taking the piss out of, all right? It's only Luke. Hey, up our kid. I went up the football the other day and we got tickets and we sat up in the top stands and it was well fucking high up our kid. Hey, up our kid. Well high up our kid. That's not, I've lost it again. How many times have you been on Coronation Street? And he could answer and then you could ask him the next question is how many times do you think you're going to be on it in the future?
1,500.
1,500? Fucking loads that is. Oh, I pressed skip by mistake. It's alright.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
It's alright. It's alright.
Charlie.
We know where it is, look.
Do you know how many appearances you've made on Coronation Street up until your last one?
Absolutely no idea.
Give me a guess.
Up until your last one? Well, obviously up until your last one. Like, up until your last one. Qualify. How many appearances did you make between when you started making appearances until when you stopped making appearances? So it's total appearances we're looking for. I'm not asking how many appearances you made, excluding some. I want all of the appearances as a solid integer. No percentage of appearances. I'm not asking for half appearances. We're not including specials and Christmas specials and DVD extras. I'm looking for straight appearances named in the TV guide up until your last one. Oh, he's enjoying this though, isn't he? Look, big old quiz about Jim. Oh, I didn't know you were going to do all the questions about me. Oh, you scamp. If you want, we can do a little quiz. I've got to tell you what, Luke. I've got a quiz book at the back at the flat, and a lovely bottle of Jameson that Jimmy Savile gave me. Come back to the flat. I've got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire at the board game, and it's a 2-player, and I've only been playing it on my own so far. So I'd love to have a game with someone else. Come back to the flat, Luke.
15.
Blah. 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 You.
Give me a guess.
He's a good actor. Big ups Kelly. Big ups Kelly. Do I have to explain it one more time? Blah.
Give me a guess. Up until your last one.
Absolutely no idea.
Give me a guess.
That's my thumbnail. That's my thumbnail. Wait, full screen this bitch. That's my thumbnail. Let's get one of them. Jim Brown. What's his name? Not Jim Brannon. I don't watch Love Coronation Street. They're only Pickering eyes. We're coming back to this moment in just a second because Kelly just joined. I was saying earlier, right? I'm doing it again. I don't care. If you're watching it on YouTube, put up with it. It's funny. It's fun. This is the whole story from start to finish. This happens.
I can't remember what interview I did. Amon Holmes did an interview with Amon.
Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
Big up Amon Holmes. And I said, hang on, isn't Amon Holmes still doing telly? And no, he's not. He's doing GB News because he's in the racist group with the fucking fascists and the conservative propaganda group, the GB News, yeah? Dan Wootton. And he did do an interview with him over there. And I'm like, this is fucking weird, isn't it? He's over there as well. He's on the GB News. So is Peter Faulding. Isn't he? Peter Faulding's on the GB News. It's like they're all in a bit of a group together, isn't it, on the GB News? Peter Faulding, and Luke did his videos about Sam Smith, and he doesn't like Sam Smith, and he likes Andrew Tate and all this. It's like they're all like aligned in some way, isn't it? Like politically or something. And like, so I was looking into this, and I found that Amon Holmes did in fact marry, and I'm saying it, have I still got it? Yeah, I still got it. Did in fact marry Amon Holmes to marry Coronation Street icon Charlie Lawson after battling health issues. He did marry him, but he was just Amon Holmes conducted the wedding ceremony. He didn't get married to him, he just married him. So don't get confused. Big up Amon Holmes.
I can't remember what interview.
Don't get confused.
Amon Holmes did an interview with Amon.
Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
Big up. And obviously it's okay to be gay, right? We've got nothing wrong with being gay here. No problem with being gay here. But we've just had this moment, which I will replay because it is absolute gold. It would be TV gold if this guy could get a job in the TV anymore, which he can't.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety net.
Safety net. See his little face looking to camera. Check this out.
Well, I will go up, and was getting paid to be a pain in the arse. So
yeah,
he was very good at it.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
Same. What kind of lunchbox have you got? I've got Ninja Turtles. Same. Exact same. Have you got prawn cocktail crisps? No, I've got cheese and onion. My mom's done me cheese sandwiches. Same. Exact same.
Same. The exact same.
We've both got a fear of heights.
In life, Charlie.
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
I have nightmares about. Well, but I will go up. I will go on the roof, and I will keep doing it. But I don't.
Bit of a John Wedger there. He will go up on the roof, and John Wedger falls into this group, doesn't he? I don't know if he's been on GB News, but he's been on Luke's show, part of the network. Like, is he also really like anti-woke? I don't know, but same. He will go on the roof though, repeatedly, which is not necessary, but yeah.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Are you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
Yeah, I'm fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July.
12th of July.
So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's what a psychiatrist told me.
A psychiatrist, you say? This is just again for Kelly. Everyone else that's watching, Kelly, when it goes onto YouTube, watch the whole thing back. A psychiatrist told you, as part of a one-off quick appointment, where you popped in and said, I've been having trouble sleeping, I get this reoccurring dream. And the psychiatrist probably just wrote it down and said, oh yeah, okay, got your number, gay. Have you ever tried sucking on a cock? Next. Same, exact same. Repressed homosexuality's like the only kind that's bad. There's no bad kind of homosexuality. It's fine to be gay, but being repressed and an alcoholic and an angry one, that's not a way to live your life. That's what the psychiatrist probably said.
So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people. I mean, I was on
a plane.
Yeah.
Same.
Very good.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same, and sucking a dick. Not same.
What's your biggest fear in life, Charlie?
Heights.
Same. The exact same.
Exact.
I have nightmares about. Well, I
terrified.
The exact same.
I have nightmares
terrified.
about. Well, but I will go up. I will go on the roof, and I will keep doing it.
I get it. It is hilarious, yeah. It doesn't matter if you're gay or not. It is still hilarious, though, what they're doing, yeah. It's fine, yeah. Like I said, I know I've got gay people in my audience. Like, I'm quite happy with that. Like, I think everyone's quite happy with this. It's brilliant. This is absolute. If this was on TV, it would have been TV Gold of the Year. It would have won a National Television Award. Ant and Dec wouldn't be getting theirs this year. They'd have to hand it over here.
But I don't fucking like it.
I don't fucking like it. I will go. Is that a metaphor as well? He's like, the psychiatrist thinks I'm gay, right? And I've said that, like, because he's talking to Luke, mano a mano, like eye to eye. He's like, the psychiatrist says I'm gay because of heights. Now listen, I will go up on the roof, but I don't fucking like it. I will have a few drinks with you and give you a kissy, maybe ride home in a taxi, suck you off, but I will not fucking like it. I'm going against my will here, really. It's not really what I want to do, but, you know, come on then.
I'm you okay on a plane? Because I'm fine on a plane.
I'm fine being gay on a plane. Like, I'm reading this as a subtext now, because it's about to come out that it's well, I say come out, that's the wrong word, but it's about to come out in conversation that it's about being gay. But before then, we didn't know, and he didn't know. So now I'm reading this as I'm fine being gay on a plane. It's okay there. I feel safe with all the lovely. I'll tell you on the plane, you have the they give you your peanuts, don't they? And they tell you where the exits are. Like sometimes they're gay. The air stewards, you know. It's nice on the plane.
I'm fine on a plane.
Because I feel safety. You feel
Safety.
like safety
I'm
net.
fine. I mean, I was on the roof the other day.
How many planes does he go on? And this look to camera, the looks to camera they give.
Because I feel safety. You feel like you've got a safety
I'm
net.
fine.
He does the little lick of the lips. The little lick of the lips. Then we get the little look to camera, which is my favourite Luke shot ever. That little look to camera. Safety.
The other day putting the flag up for the 12th of July.
He's up there on the roof again. Scared out of his wits. Hard on, looking at the bloke over the road doing his mowing. The guy over the road's in the garden doing the mowing with his shirt off. And he's like, you know, the guy over the road's doing, I don't want you, be no slave, I don't want you, work all day, but I want you, to be true. And I just want to get down from the roof. The guy over the road, he's having a barbecue again. I've just got to get on. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to face my fears on the roof. This flag needs to go up and come down all the time. Honestly, I'm up here messing about with the flagpole. If you hear any loud bangs, it's me on the roof jerking the flagpole. That flag's covered in cum. Up on the roof. Upon the roof, terrified out of my mind. Gay as the only place I can go and listen to Eurasia in peace. Jim McDonald on the roof in his wheelchair. That's how fucking. That's how. Listen, that's how Jeff caught it. That's how Jeff caught it. Maybe Jeff was supposed. Me brakes are fucking working. No, put the fucking brakes on or I'll fucking roll off. I'm fucking rolling off. Hey, the brakes aren't fucking working. These fucking wokeists. This is why I said this earlier. This is why they're so angry at Sam Smith. Sam Smith comes on the telly and it inspires something in them that causes anger. And what's that? I just listen to his songs and think he looks a bit fruity when he's doing his dancing. I like his shoes. I mean, like what? But you're like, fucking get him off the fucking telly. I've got a fucking hard on that I can't control. My dick's so fucking hard it's making me angry. I can't concentrate with that fucking gayness on the telly. It's making my dick so fucking hard. Someone's going to have to suck me off in a minute. He played Jim McDonald. And Jim McDonald was like... Let's have some of him in the wheelchair, obviously. Because he said the wheelchair was his finest work he did. So he didn't. I can't do this fucking scene without fucking swearing. Jim, you can't... It's Jim. What's his name again? Charlie. Charlie, you can't swear in this scene because it's going to go out before the watershed. So we're going to have to just do this one without the swearing, I'm afraid. But everything else is great. I love the way you tipped yourself out the wheelchair. You really see the anger coming through in the way you're aggressively shaking it. If you don't like heights, right? I don't like fucking heights. I'm not throwing myself off this. Take me down off this step immediately. Right, but like, you've done this great, but can you do it without the swearing because it's before the watershed? No, I'm not fucking doing it without no fucking swearing. You're just gonna have to fucking edit it out or fucking dub it out or something because he would fucking swear, so I would fucking swear. So that's what you're fucking getting. If you don't like it, go and get some other fucking prick to throw himself out of a fucking wheelchair on national television. Who the fuck do you think I am? I've worked in the fucking National Theatre. Yell action so we can get on with this fucking sham. Action. Fuck it. I'll yell it. You can fuck off for your break. Action. Right. Action. Take two. Jim falling out of his fucking wheelchair. And we're going to do it right this time. And I'm doing it fucking one more fucking time. And then I'm going to the fucking Rovers for a fucking Guinness. And you're all fucking paying for it. Where's Bev? I want to have a look at her tits before we start. I'm such a fucking man. There she is, the most sexually feminine one of the lot.
Oh my God.
And he's married to her, so he's definitely not gay. We've got that confirmed. Oh my God. It looks like I can go to bingo tonight. If you're fucked up on the floor, I'm off out to bingo. I'm not cooking your fucking tea. You can fucking see yourself, right? This is a turn up for the books. And what a win for me. Now the tables have turned. Fucking have this, you fucking prick. Who's the fucking prick now, you fucking prick? Wait, should we be watching old Corrie? Is that what we should be doing? Look at his face.
So I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking go up there.
But I have nightmares.
I have fucking nightmares.
Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's what the psychiatrist told me.
What about being scared of heights?
Yeah.
I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
No, well, I am, but I promise you, I'm heterosexual. But no, somebody told me that years and years ago.
That's bollocks.
Well, of course it's bollocks, but you know.
Of course it's bollocks. Of course, I love that as well. Because if Luke had said, "Oh, is this?" I seriously think if Luke had said, "Is there something in that?" Do you think? Because you know, I'm scared of heights, like I said. And do you know what? Once when I was younger, I did have a sort of. You know, funny sort of thing that happened with my cousin. And then Jim might have gone, "Oh, did you? Because I fucking did as well. I mean, I'm not sure I like sucking dicks, but if you want, we could try it one more fucking time just to check we're not gay." Like, you know, he could have like gone all like, you don't know. But as soon as Luke shut it down, he followed. Yeah, no, yeah, it's bollocks. Definitely bollocks. Psychiatry, fucking yeah. What do they know? Bollocks. Yeah, definitely not gay. We're just two straight men having a big beer in the pub. Definitely not gay.
Told me that years and years ago.
That's bollocks.
Well,
Bollocks. It's definitely bollocks.
Bollocks, but you know.
Bollocks.
Maybe the psychiatrist is gay.
Maybe the psychiatrist was gay.
Years ago.
That's bollocks.
Well, of course it's bollocks, but you know.
Maybe the psychiatrist is gay.
Could be.
You're trying to pass it. Trying to pass the ball.
But I have height dreams on a regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I wake up in a complete dreams on a regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I wake up in a complete state.
Complete state, and I love this. I will never stop loving this, I think, as long as I live. Which might not be long if these fuckers come after me. But as long as I live, right, I will never stop loving this. He wakes up in a complete state. It's a point in an interview where your interview subject has it's opened the door into their psyche. We've got homoeroticism. We've got fears. We've got waking up in the middle in a state. You know, this is a real moment in the interview. And Luke thinks the next good question, of course, the next good question here.
No way. So have you been on like the big one at
Have you been on the big one at Blackpool? So you're scared of heights, right? And you don't like them. So have you been on the big one at Blackpool? Because that's well high up. You can only go on that if you're about over this tall. And the first time I went there, I wasn't that tall, so they wouldn't let me go on it. But my mum said, the next time I go, I'll be allowed to go on it if I eat all of my broccoli. So I've been eating my broccoli. And the next time I'm going to be able to go on it. If you want, we can go on it together. And Same. Have you been on the big one at Blackpool? Yeah. Well, I've been on the big one at Alton Towers once, right? And it was even bigger than the big one at Blackpool. So it was so big, they had to close it down, I heard. Yeah? No, they had to close it down. You can't go there anymore. Honestly, my uncle said that Alton Towers was closed now. That's why we can't go there, because it's closed. So it was some kid fell off the top and they died, so you can't go there anymore. It's been closed. Now we go to Blackpool on the big one. Brilliant. What have you got in your sandwiches? I've got egg. What's your favourite penguin? I like the blue penguin. I like the red penguin. No, all the penguins are the same. It's just the wrappers are different. No, because there's a mint penguin, and the mint penguin tastes different to the blue penguin. Yeah, but all the penguins are the same. It's just the wrappers. Honestly, you lot of divheads. Same. No, it's not gay. It's not gay, because my uncle says it makes you grow up stronger. Same. Otherwise, your poos wouldn't come out the right shape. I've been out on my roof, and that's really fucking high up, that is. So I don't care about height, so I'm not gay. You've not been out on your fucking roof. You have been out. I have been out on my roof. No, you haven't. Your mum wouldn't let you out on the roof. There's no way you've gone out on the roof. I'm fucking telling on you. I'm telling on you, because you shouldn't go out on the roof. It's fucking dangerous. I have. I've gone out on the roof, and I've jumped across the roof like Spider-Man. After I saw Spider-Man, I thought, I'm going on the roof. Same. I've got a Spider-Man costume that my mum got me from Argos. Do you want to go out later and go and play football in the park? I've got to collect the grass for tonight's dinner. Same.
No way. So could you go, have you been on like...
Regardation Police really has got to get a hold of this. Same. Do you like Oasis? Same. Yeah, me too. Blur are well rubbish, ain't they? Do you like Oasis or do you like Blur? I like Blur. Oh, get off. You can't be in our gang now.
like the big one.
I never fall. It's always in the dream. I'm always about to. It's on a structure.
Yeah.
It's deeply unsafe.
Have you been on the big one?
It's deeply unsafe. So listen, we go back. This is brilliant. He goes back to the dream, describes it. We got the wanger arm. We get the stiff structure that should be stiff, but it's not stiff. It's deeply unsafe. We get the drinky hand. We get all that. We don't psychoanalyze it. We just ask him again. Have you ever been on the big one at Blackpool or what?
Eight step.
No way. So could you go? Have you been on like the big one?
I never fall. It's always in the dream. I'm always about to. It's on a structure.
Yeah.
It's deeply unsafe.
Have you been on the big one at like Blackpool? You know, then going up, that going up, like.
Yeah.
That's the worst bit. Right, Charlie.
That's the worst one. That's the worst one. You ever been on the big one at Blackpool? That's the worst one. Yeah, that's the worst one. That and the time I jerked off over Freddie Mercury. That was bad too. For heights, I mean, what? Because he was really high up on the... I was high up on the... What's gone on here? What's gone on here? You said about the 80s Charlie's cartoon as well. Charlie says, don't put a man's penis in your mouth. If John Wedger... Charlie says, John Wedger says I should not swim in the sea. John Wedger says we should all swim in the sea. Charlie says David Icke put his penis in my mouth.
Did David Icke penetrate you with his penis?
Same.
A mini quiz.
Mini quiz. Jim doesn't know the graphic. Charlie Lawson doesn't know the graphic's going to appear on screen, so he's not aware of how shit this is going to appear when it's finally edited. But they did make this choice, and it does stand the test of time. Mini quiz. So we've asked all the tough questions. We've got to your innermost psyche. We've discussed your homoerotic tendencies, or complete lack of. And then we're moving on now to the mini quiz. This is where you joined us, and I just skipped it back again one more time. And I'm glad I did. I've had just as much fun watching that the third time round. This is nearly as good as David's Dead.
Right, Charlie, I've got a mini quiz.
Bearing in mind, Charlie's just sat and answered questions for like 20 minutes, yeah? So the whole thing to Charlie has been a bit of a quiz. Although all the answers have just been about what his life is like and letting him ramble on. But like, that's the whole purpose of an interview really, isn't it?
Do you know how many appearances you've made on Coronation Street?
Oh, you scamp.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, sure, no way. Absolutely no fucking way. I was fucking drunk for half of them. How would I fucking remember? Fucking no way.
I guess.
Yeah. Have a guess. It's not your guess. That's not a guess. That's a funny face. That's a funny face. That's not a guess. That's not a guess. Why did you do this? You are on camera. Go on, have a guess. How many episodes do you think you're in? And the other thing I said earlier, I'll repeat my joke again because I'm so funny, is the guy's pretty eggy about having been binned off from Corrie. He can't get any more work in the acting career, so he's turned to popping up on GB News to have a pop at the gays, right? Which is weird because he doesn't like heights. So when he's asked, how many appearances did you make on Corrie? It's like saying to him, like, do you remember that fine time in your life where things were good? Yeah, how many times did that happen? How many appearances do you think you're going to make again? None. So enjoy that. You get on the roof with that. You same.
Up until
when he says how many Coronation Street appearances he makes, he should say same.
your last one.
Absolutely no way.
Absolutely no fucking way.
Yes.
Yeah. The alcoholism just rears its ugly head. And we just get this.
Up until your last one.
Absolutely no idea.
Give me a guess.
1,500.
He's got a bit of the Les Dennis's about him. 1,500? What do you think? Higher or lower than 1,500? What do you think in chat? Higher or lower than 1,500? We've got 1,500. Higher or lower than 1,500? Starting with a 1,500, I'll give you a higher than a lower than 1,500. Higher or lower than a 1,500? I mean, he knows how many times he got paid, doesn't he? Or his accountant would.
Not too far off.
Not too far off. Teasing him with it. He's look at the way he's hopefully looking at Luke as well. Like, he's so competitive, I reckon. I reckon he's competitive. I reckon he gets eggy about shit. Competitive. He's like looking at Luke for the answer. How many times was I on Coronation Street? He fucking loves this. He fucking loves it. Absolutely loves it.
1,168.
Well, that's close enough. I'm going to say that I got that right. 1,168. So in chat, you know whether you got it right. So
In the ballpark.
In the ballpark. The balls, the cock and ball. Look, we're just doing quiz.
Now, you're in the top 100 characters.
You're in the top 100 characters
of all time in Coronation Street for the most appearances.
What's this face he's giving to Charlie Lawson? Like, the whole gay thing's been put well on the table now, hasn't it? Like, really. You know, it's been sort of thrown out there on the table for Luke to pick up if he wants to. Like, we've moved on to the quiz though, right? But Luke's got some facial expressions in his repertoire here. Look, what's that? You know, how many? What the?
I don't know if you knew that.
I don't know if you knew that.
Of all time in Coronation. Now, you're in the top 100 characters of all time in Coronation Street for the most appearances.
He's done some research, Luke has, on Wikipedia.
I don't know if you knew that.
I don't know if you knew that. We didn't know how many times he'd been on the fucking show, did he? And he told us earlier in the interview that he spent a lot of his time drunk.
No, I didn't.
Now,
No, I didn't. But also, top 100? There's probably been quite a few Corrie actors through the doors these days, haven't there? But top 100 most appearances, you start off with the ones that were in it early doors, you know, the original crew. And then it's like the ones that were in it earlier. Like, we're talking 100, top 100. So, yeah, he probably is. It's not some great achievement, is it? He's been on Corrie a lot compared to, like, other people who, like, well, actually, it's a bigger achievement than me, who's not been on Corrie ever, is it? So,
have a stab at where you feature in the list.
Have a stab. Another bit of phallic. You're not thinking about gay sex, are you, Luke? That's not on your mind, is it now? You know, you haven't started thinking about the gay sex at all, have you, Luke, while we're doing this? Where do you think, where is he on the list? There's a good question. Well, it's not really, is it? Because I'll tell you why it's not a good question, because he has to be high up on the list. Because if he's not, it's an insult. 74th, so could have done better, really, but you got kicked off a few times, didn't you, for your drinking and that? Who do you think's done better than you? Who do you think's better than you at this? My uncle says he was number 86 on the list, but he got taken off because he couldn't tell people that it was really on Corrie, so they put in a fake name, and that's actually his name. But honestly, my mate's mate said that my mate's got a friend who's been on Corrie, and they've been on more times than Jim McDonald, but they had to take them off it and hide it because...
So you're in the top 100, all-time appearances. Where do you think you feature?
It's like a date, this.
Is it sort of like popularity stakes?
It's
no, it's not popularity at all. No, you might be able to rank on this one. This is just turning up, being on the show, number of episodes.
Or appearances.
Appearances again.
Oh.
So it's.
So
you're 1,168.
Okay,
where does that rank?
I did 11 years. I was just fairly busy, and then I came back 7 or 8 times. I got to be near the bottom of it, though. I got to be in the 70s or something.
70s or something. He was thinking then, 11 years, got asked back a load of times. When he says he'd come back, like I say earlier in the episode, I think he got booted off and his agent managed to wangle him back because he can't get any other work from anywhere else. But he's done it for 11 years and he thinks he's in the bottom half. That's just faux modesty. He's expecting Luke to say a low number, and he's going to be, pleasantly surprised when it turns out to be, 70. No. Oh, you're up there at 24, mate. 24. Oh, am I? Oh.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
50.
My accent's gone shit.
Second.
52nd, so slightly below average. Just slightly below average. Slightly below the 50. Still good, though.
It's halfway.
So, Jim McDonald, Charlie Lawson is the 52nd most paid actor in the history of Coronation Street. That's an exclusive right there.
It's not an exclusive because you got it off your phone. It's not an exclusive. You got it off your phone. Do you know, he looks like he could play... doesn't he look a bit like he could play like a role in like Lord of the Rings or something? Does he... Wait... Has he got a bit of the Frodos about him or something on this one? What's going on with it? What does he look like here? Has he got like a touch of the Frodos or something? What am I seeing here? What is it? I think it's the way the beard goes all the way around and connects up and makes a big circle. Like that. What does he even look like?
Right there for you.
Hello.
Well, there you go. Big win. Here's another one. I just give me a minute. I've got one. I've got another question. Honestly.
So
I'm just skipping over all these questions about his fear of heights now, because and that bit where I ask him for a drink, that's well out. Does he want to come by my house later to see him playing with my teenage turtles? No, I'm going to talk to him about that afterwards.
There's dozens and dozens of polls out there on YouTube, internet, on all the archives and all over the internet about.
There's loads of polls out there on the internet.
The top 10 hard men of.
Top 10 hard men.
Coronation Street.
Of Coronation Street. Specifically of Coronation Street. So, it's this again. I'm so hard. So hard, Luke. I've got this reputation for being hard. Do you want to come and feel how hard it is? No, I'm so hard. It's this again. Such a hard man. How many hard men have there been on Coronation Street over the years? Top 10 can't be that hard to get into, because more than 20? Probably not. I mean, over the years, there's been a few maybe, like tough buggers or whatever. Same bugger now, because you said it. But are we saying like hard men is like, I don't know. Like, this feels like a really sycophantic sort of, so tell me about how tough you are, and you're known as a real hard man, aren't you? You know, hardy, rock hardy.
They're absolutely everywhere, okay? Right. Now, I've had a look into about 20 of these polls, and
I've really been looking at the hard men on Coronation Street. I've been taking my time to research the hard men. I had one or two polls wasn't enough. I've got 3 or 4, 20 polls of hard men, and they're all going to feature the same hard men, aren't they? Like, they're not going to have that dramatic a difference. Maybe one of them's got Jim at 4th and the other one's got him at 3rd. But like 20, do you need 20 polls of hard men?
Of where you appear. So
he's done an average of all the different polls.
Do you think it's 1st, 4th, 5th, or 7th?
Now I can hear people having a good time in the back bar or the front bar or whatever, or somewhere else in the restaurant. With the boom mic set up, we can just hear like the rest of the restaurant, which is a bit weird. So where do you think you appeared? 4th, 5th, 3rd or 7th, or whatever the fuck he said?
In the top 10 hard men of all time, Coronation.
Of all time.
Right.
It's 1st, 4th, 5th, or 7th in the top 10.
So it's either 4th or 5th.
Because
the way he said it, it's either 4th or 5th. I think it's 4th.
Of all time.
Don't
you
be
have me
modest.
at a disadvantage because I didn't really watch it, so. But I'm reliably informed.
Condescending arsehole, didn't watch it.
And I can't see anybody taking on Jim McDonald. Somebody said to me there was a character from Liverpool in it a couple of years ago, and
I think I texted you one from Emmerdale, and I was like, bollocks.
But somebody said.
I think I texted you one from Emmerdale. So now they're texting pictures of hard men to each other. Why are you texting each other Emmerdale hard men?
Jim would have fucking ripped his balls off.
Jim would have fucking ripped his fucking balls off. Must be lovely, mustn't it, to inhabit this world of acting where you can pretend to be Jim all the time and pretend to be well, hard and tough all the time on the tellis and say, well, that's not really me, though. I'm not really tough and hard. That's just Jim. And then you can say, well, you know, Jim does all this stuff to his wife. I don't really do that. That's not me. But obviously, when Jim talks, I couldn't have done it in a Manchester accent because, like, I'm from Northern Ireland, and so Jim is going to be. And some other aspects of his personality are going to be quite close to me because what he said earlier was that he was difficult to act with because he couldn't do the same scene twice because a lot of it would be on instinct, which makes me feel like he's not actually acting sometimes. He's just doing what he feels. So, yeah, I wonder how much of you is in Jim and how much of Jim is in you. Sometimes I really do. But the hard man bit, I'm not so sure about, no. That's why you went on, and instead of becoming a soldier, you became an actor, isn't it? So
absolutely. Well,
I have no idea.
And you do like throwing your weight around in the green room.
Fourth.
Being modest there. I'm pleased to tell you it's number 1.
Oh, really?
On pretty much every single poll out there.
Oh, he knew that. Look at his face again. These faces that we're getting shown. These lovely faces. This is a joy of faces. Look at this one for an expression. It's like Les Dennis or some shit going on here. Look at the way I've done him in his head's in his own tummy. That's funny. I like that as well. Look at my head moving around in my own tummies. Oh. Now let's see it all big. Look at that for a face. Bobby Davro or some shit. He looks like one of the... He looks a little bit like one of the, you know, like Ethel or someone like that, doesn't he? Hello. Please don't make me go high up. I might get scared, get an erection. What the fuck is this? Why is there a heart on the screen? Who has done this?
Number 1.
Oh, really?
On pretty much every single poll out there.
Oh, right. Jim saw Liz. So what's happened is he's seen Liz enter the bar. Whoever Liz is. Oh, Jim. Oh, Liz is the woman that is the actress. Bev, you know, whatever her name is. The actress that played Liz. She's entered the bar. So what's happening here? He's not turned up for an interview with Luke. He's not here for an interview with Luke. He's here to meet Liz. And before Liz arrives, he said that Luke can do an interview with him. Liz is supposed to be here at 7:30 or whatever, so why don't we do our interview at 6? Yeah, something like that, right? Beverly Callard, that's it. So now she's arrived, this cheeky face. I spotted it was a face, right? This face is sheepish embarrassment. He fucking loves her. He thinks she's brilliant. Yeah? She thinks he's a bit of a pathetic so-and-so, doesn't she, really, in the big scheme of things? But she's got a soft spot for him over these years, I'm thinking. So he's there trying to impress Beverly. He's trying to impress Beverly. And the sheepish embarrassment of like his little scheme is that when she comes in, there's going to be a camera on him, and Luke's going to be, oh, sorry, don't mind this. I was just doing an interview for some YouTube. Sorry. So run along now, Luke. I've got, sorry, no, you can't interview Liz. She's not going to, sorry, Luke, I've got to go now. Bye. Nice to see you, though. Great seeing you. Good luck with all of your endeavours. And, oh, sorry, Liz, I was just doing some media work with this this young chap. He's going to run along now. So let me carry on with my date with Liz. You know what I mean? And Liz is going to be well impressed because people are still look like, he's still on the telly, look. He's still on the telly, because if it's a camera and someone talking to you, it could be the telly. You don't know. You know, and he's probably sheepishly embarrassed because the guy that brought the camera brought, like, one of these.
The big one Blackpool sent tippies. Same.
Super
chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Thank you for the tippies. Same. Like, there's nothing wrong with these sort of cameras. I use them. But when you're in TV world like that, man, you think it should be a big thing on your shoulder. Like a big camera. And like, you know, the media students turned up with his little camera, done some of it on his phone. He'd be embarrassed about it as well. Sheepish and embarrassed about the whole setup. He knows what he's done. He's contrived it to make himself look important in front of Liz. She's here now, so the interview's going to end. And he's like, you know, he's got the rosy cheeks. He fucking loves her. And that, I'll tell you what, that's why there's no drink. That's why there's no drink on the table. I questioned it at the start. Where's his drink? Where's his drink? He's probably said, I'm not going to have a drink yet. No, I don't want to drink. I'm not having a drink. He's probably had a quick stiff one before he started it. But then no drink for the interview, because when she walks in, he's not drinking. Oh, me in the pub? Not drinking. Yeah, I know. I was just doing an interview. No, I wasn't drinking. Do you want a drink? Because I can get you one if you fancy a drink. We're in the pub, so we might as well have one, I suppose. Yeah, I'll have one if you're having one. Yeah, okay. But I'm not an alcoholic. I do not drink all the time. I can come in here without a drink. Thank you, Bev. I love you. Like, that's what he's doing. It's all contrived nonsense. It's like very strange, narcissistic use of props. Very strange, like, narcissistic use of props. I'm not saying he's a narcissist, but it's like a sort of weird behaviour that I see here. And they've highlighted it for the interview because he basically, professional or not, I mean, you might say, hang on, cut the interview. Liz is here. I'm just going to say hello to her or whatever. But he couldn't help it, could he? He fucking loves her. He saw her and he's like, eyes locked. Sorry, sheepish. And that's the sheepish. Like, it's like Alan does his little, like, oh, I'm a cheeky chappy, sheepish, because he knows the last time they spoke, she was probably very cross with him, and like he's sheepish about certain aspects of, you know, oh, I'm not really a bad chuffer. Oh yeah, you know this, like trying to wheedle his little way back in. He can fuck off.
Now I've got my very last question.
And the last frame of that Jim saw Liz, it moved from like sheepishness into a sort of aggression, in my opinion. Like he sort of held it too long and his teeth are slightly too bared. So I wonder if he loves her in terms of like, because she's quite a, I don't know, strong woman. Today we've had to discuss whether he's gay. I wonder if he's like sexually attracted to her, or like if he's angry that she was popular. Like, you know, out of the two of them, they were side to side headliners, weren't they? And like, she's the main one that everyone cares about, and he just fuck him off. It doesn't really matter. He's a one trick pony. Done his drinking, done his wheelchair. He can fuck off. Like, so I think that he probably had a lot more popularity and maybe ongoing better career, love within the community, financial remuneration for her work than he did, I think.
Now I've got
while he was on Corrie, he probably got paid more than her because men and women on the same job. You know, he probably managed to do that. But then after, she probably went on and did a lot better than him.
very last question for you.
Yeah, because I want my supper.
I'm going to do it peckish.
Because I want my supper. So he's there for dinner with her. He's not there to see Luke. It's time to fuck this off because she's arrived.
Now,
to be honest, if I was him, I would have got up and left. I'd have said, sorry, Luke, your time's up. She's here. We don't need to do one more quiz question. I've had a great time. Just for the camera, I'll do a sign-off with you. But I'd have stood up and, like, I wouldn't let Bev walk in. Maybe she's got a husband with her. You know, maybe she's got other people with her. Maybe there's somewhere else that they're talking. But I would have stood up and said, hi, nice to see you, Bev. You've arrived. I'm here. I'm just doing this. I will sign up. Here's a drink. This is the table. There's the menu. I'm literally going to be 2 seconds. I'm really sorry to do this to you, but I just have to quickly just say sign off on the interview. And literally 2 seconds of, thanks very much for the interview. Thank you, Luke. It's been great. I've been the bloke from Coronation Street in a bit. And then, you know, because you were actually there primarily to, like, this doesn't matter as much to him as Bev does. So to show her the, and he's doing it to show Bev that she's not that important and he's quite important still, isn't it, really? Like, because she isn't important enough to get up and go and talk to her. Or maybe he did that and they edited it out. So I don't know, but...
This is a very, very, very serious question. Okay?
Now Luke's wasting his time. He's eggy and he wants to leave.
Okay. So, if Saltland was a reality, okay, who would win in a fight, a fist fight, between Jim McDonald, Grant Mitchell from EastEnders, the bald one.
I have a picture of him so you know who he is. The bold one.
Ross Kemp.
The bold one. The bold one out of whom? Out of the two brothers, because they were both bold. Or out of him and Sharon.
Kane Dingle.
Kane Dingle. He got a... Emmerdale.
Or Haley Cropper. Or Haley Cropper.
Well, I know this. I know Debbie watches Emmerdale. She loves Emmerdale, and I met the boy who plays Kane Diggle. He's a very, very nice chap.
Maybe if he's got a current partner, maybe his partner's entertaining Bev and he can just carry on doing this and come over to the table later and swing his dick around saying how great he is.
And he wouldn't live with Jim for more than about a minute.
Jim would.
But he does seem to be constantly distracted now.
Well,
yes,
absolutely.
And obviously Jim's going to beat everyone up, so that's brilliant.
The character Ross, who does Ross play? In
Grant, he plays Grant Mitchell, the brother
he would probably give. He's an ex-soldier.
Yeah,
he was an ex.
Listen, you're an old drunk in a wheelchair. They'd all tip you out and keep your head in. What do you mean in the heyday? In their prime? In their prime? Who's better? Who's going to win in a fight? Have you been on the Big Dipper? Have you been on the big one at Blackpool? Who would win in a fight, Batman or Superman?
Para, so he'd probably give Jim a run for his money, but then he's probably Jim's probably giving him 20 years or something, you know.
So not Haley Cropper then.
Yeah.
Are you going to make the joke about transgenderism, or are you just going to leave it floating around in the air like that, like some sort of weird fucking setup?
Charlie, it's been absolutely amazing talking to you, as always.
Absolutely amazing. Come and touch me. Come and touch my hand. Charlie bows to him, which I think is a learned behaviour from acting. Like, he's acting. I don't think he really is subservient to Luke in the social hierarchy here. You know, I don't think he's giving a true body language representation. I think it's like, you know, actors at the end of a Shakespeare play taking a bow. I think he's taking a bow at the end of his performance, like saying, you know, taking a bow. But Luke is giving... I think Luke has learned a handshake from the Andrew Tate school of how to do a handshake. Put your hand here, make sure it's firm like this. He's trying to establish his own space there, Luke. Whereas Charlie is much... Actually, there's a sort of homoerotic aspect to this, which is Charlie as the bigger, more powerful, and knowing that Luke is sort of dazzled by this, is offering him subservience. He's offering him his hand and subservience in this way. But the handshake is actually square even. Like there's almost clasped at the wrist around the top there. Like there is a sort of offer from Charlie here in a way, isn't there? A sort of, I can be gentle and docile if you'd like me to be, but I'm also going to hold you quite strong. Like almost a bit of a sort of, if you're naive enough to think I'm docile, then you could think I'm docile. Like it's a bit of a strange handshake that. Like body language experts would all agree that set of, like, you know, the stance between them is a bit weird. It could simply be that he just wants to get up and he's leaning forward to get up, so the handshake is of less consequence to him than getting up. But no, I think it's a weird, strange one.
Thank you very much.
And then it gets edited off. So, produced by Luke Kelly, written and presented by Luke Kelly. Obviously, it wasn't written or it wasn't written. What did you write? The questions. Videographer, Sam Fitzpatrick. I've already looked into him. Edited by Sam Fitzpatrick and Luke Kelly. Music by Fuzzy Sun, thanks to Charlie Lawson. This is all inappropriate for a YouTube video, and it makes me think that they initially recorded this for some other reason, and it ended up on YouTube, maybe. Sam Fitzpatrick is a videographer from that area, Blackpool area, and has got like a couple of websites for, like, one for weddings, one for if you want to do an advertising agency, and it's all just like websites that someone with a camera has set up on their own to try and get some work. Like someone who's trying to get work as a videographer, basically. That's Sam Fitzpatrick. And so he's done the filming and the editing. Like Luke's not edited this. Luke doesn't know how to edit. So Luke has sat with Sam Fitzpatrick while he's done some editing and looked at, you know, oh, should we move this here? Should we put that at the start? And Sam has done the editing. And that might be the driving force behind Luke's content there, is Sam still. I don't know. But there's also a website where they've got a sort of collective group of creatives, and I don't think that took off. So, but that's who did that. So I'm not going to go into Sam Fitzpatrick now. I can't be arsed, but there's a bit of a song. Comments, two comments. I would love to see Jim McDonald back. I watch classic Corrie Monday to Friday, and it's so much better than today's tripe. Really enjoyed this interview. And Luke replies, thank you, glad you enjoyed it. So that's good. And this other person's written, which pub you in there? And Luke has replied, one of Cheshire's finest. What makes you ask? And they've replied, beautiful pub that, man. One of Cheshire's finest. There you go. Hollyoaks, what do you call it? Hollyoaks land, Cheshire, isn't it? So that's been a fucking dream. Like, that's been absolutely brilliant. This whole thing has been amazing. It started out slow and it really picked up pace. And when it got to the I've seen a psychologist and they told me I was gay bit, that was incredible.
Well, I did get into trouble, but I got out of it.
He did get into trouble, but he got out of it.
I was very lucky. But
and he's looking out the window there. So I said before he's trying to get out of the conversation when he was talking about trouble, but I wonder if he's looking out for Bev.
I had decided that...
very tense, gripping this handle of the chair. There's so much body language in this guy. He can't hold it. He thinks he's an actor, but he cannot hold his body language. Like he can't, probably hold his alcohol these days.
Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's...
Yeah.
But I have nightmares. Some people will tell you it's because I'm gay, and that's what a psychiatrist told me.
What about being scared of heights? Yeah. I'm not really scared of heights, by the way.
No, well, I am, but I promise you, I'm heterosexual. But no, somebody told me that years and years ago.
That's bollocks.
Well, of course it's bollocks, but you know.
Maybe the psychiatrist is gay.
Could be.
You're trying to pass it, trying to pass the buck.
But I have height dreams on a regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I wake up in a complete state.
No way. So could you go? Have you been on like the big one at
the big one at Blackpool? So what's the highest up you've ever been? What's the highest up you've ever been? I saw what Luke was saying about writing a comedy that Charlie was in, yeah. They did the pilot for it on his channel. It's awful. There's no way that Luke should be involved in a creative project with that sort of element of control. It can't go well. It's based on Luke's experience in the kitchens, and there's been sitcoms based on people in kitchens. What it's actually going to do is it's going to have problems, because if it's got Charlie Lawson attached to it, no one will touch it. Unless you can find some anti-woke TV station that's trying to do an anti-woke comedy, then you're going to have trouble. Maybe they can produce it themselves, put it on YouTube. Maybe it can be a big success. Do you want to watch it? Like, why can't I get on with playing Genshin Impact ever in my life? Why can't I ever? Oh, it's wait, no, so it's on here. It's not on here. He reads the script, doesn't he? It looks like he's on here because there's a picture of Charlie Lawson dressed in a fucking bit of clothes like a chef, but it's not really on here, is it? I'm doing too much. I'm giving you too much content here now, look. Where is it? He advertised it on his community posts. So where is it? The woke tried to censor everything. He's changed that thumbnail of the dog, finally. Russell Brand is not a nonce. I like Russell Brand. They use fear to change your life. Where the fuck is it? Working in a children's home is my favourite, of course. He's took it down, yeah? He's obviously took this down. What? My mum lets me cook sausages and mash when I'm off school. The ultimate steak and chip sandwich hybrid, unbelievable. This video isn't publicly available. That's gone, look. More sneaky deleting. More sneaky deleting. He's still promoting the Jim McDonald interview. I've just watched that one. That one will disappear. You watch. What am I looking for? What did I say I was looking for? A video of him doing something. Oh yeah, the pilot. Here it is. Video not publicly available. It's private. He's took it down. Made it private. Maybe he thinks that because it's going to get on the telly, he shouldn't have it on the... Tell everyone the script. He starred in my pre-pilot. Let me know your thoughts. So we could have watched it and had a look, but it's gone. Weird. I'm sure that there's some people that have recorded all his videos, so we could retrieve that, but it's just weird that he's done it, because I don't think it's that worth deleting. Like same with Alan. If you're going to delete that, why are you leaving all this up? Like all of it. It makes me think I should really work hard and react to all of his stuff now in case he takes it all down tomorrow. But, you know, I've only got a certain amount of time to spend on each thing each day, haven't I? So I know that there's some more gold in there somewhere. I haven't even looked into his Schofield and Holly stuff yet. I definitely know there's some more gold in there somewhere. I mean, that was just supposed to be an interview with the bloke that was from Coronation Street, and it turned into... have you ever ridden the Big Dipper because you're gay? So, wow. If you're watching this on YouTube and if you're watching it on YouTube and you've just watched that on Battery Exhausted, then you're a good chuffer, you are. So, click like on yourself. Huh? Click like on yourself. And then also just be good, and if you can't be good, you notice. Cut. Right, Jam. Can you do it again? But this time, can you stop fucking swearing? I'm not fucking doing what you're fucking telling me to. I'm fucking doing what Jim fucking McDonald would do. So you can fuck off. You're your fucking Manchester fucking director. You think you're so fucking special. You can fuck off. I'm Jim fucking McDonald. And without me, this fucking show ain't fucking running, is it? Without me, this show's running about as fast as Jim fucking McDonald. So you fucking fuck off and get me a McDonald's, or I'm not fucking getting out of this fucking wheelchair for nothing. Like, my accent's gone completely there. You're off. I haven't finished being on stream. That was just for YouTube.
What's happened?
Oh, I was trying to get to the phone.
Oh, I was trying to get to the phone. He's a fisherman now, an old fisherman. I was trying to get to the phone. It was a dark and stormy night. I was trying to get to the phone. And I found myself swaying and rocking in the wind. Wheels rocking in the wind. Up on the roof, the wind was lashing us. I should finish with big ups, Amon Holmes. This is full circle.
Interview I did. Amon Holmes did an interview with Amon.
Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
Did an interview with Amon.
Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
So next on the list is Amon Holmes, both for Luke and me. I imagine Luke is trying to get him as a guest, and I'm going to start looking at him as a fucking lolcow.
Did an interview with Amon.
Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
Big up. Big up Amon Holmes. Big up.
I did.
Big up Amon Holmes. Big up. Big up Amon Holmes. Big up. Right, we'll cut that there then.